Hello, everyone. Good morning or good afternoon. Whatever it is for you. It's morning over here for me. I'm joined here by Star 1468. We're here for a nice cross keys match. How are you doing today, Star? So today we've got Blue Balls United versus Reliable Archery Aces. Blue Balls United has taken 2 games already. So Alkaline Ace for the Reliable Archery Aces is looking to take this game to either continue the series or Greg Kitsune could close out the series with a win here today.
Hello. Sorry about that. Apparently my mic had decided to disconnect from Discord or something. Switching voice channels. Go figure.
Yeah, I've had that issue before, but it's good that you're here before, so I let these guys know about this matchup we got here. So this is a potential elimination match with Blue Balls United up 2-0, so pretty high stakes here.
Yep, we'll see how this goes. Should be a good one. They should be starting here shortly. Alright. And we're off. Link's House has got 300 bucks for us. Not too bad.
Yeah, sometimes if you get this early money, you may want to, you may be more tempted to not do this little hand they're setting up, but looks like they're both going to still go for it. That Witch's Hut can be annoying to get back to, and it's still nice to get the early money even with that 300.
Yep, both of them setting up the fake flipper here, which is one of the finicky ones. Not quite as easy as the one down by the Ice Palace, but both runners get it fairly quickly. Not too bad.
Yep, so for those who are a bit unfamiliar with cross keys, this is a crossword entrance shuffle plus key sanity. So all the entrances will be shuffled, and you can go, any entrance that has more than one entrance can go between light and dark world.
Yep. Alright, what does the potion shop have for us today? Paradox! That's a really nice early find. Unfortunately, they don't have any kind of explosives for it right now. So they can't actually do anything in there, which is really unfortunate. That is a fantastic early find for a lot of quick checks once they find some bombs.
Yeah, it would have been really nice to have gotten just a single bomb even from that pickle, because you can buy bombs in the Paradox Cave shop in the bottom, but unfortunately no bombs for these runners.
Yes, that shop. I do remember it from Roski's tournament. Someone went shopping there. Let's see. Useless Fairy has got,
That's Useless Fairy as well, so he's vanilla entrance today.
I was going to say, I think that's vanilla, yep. But who do we blame for this seed? I believe the person to blame is Batcap, who is also one of our trackers.
Also, one of the members of Blue Balls United.
Indeed, I was commentating his match versus Retro Redfield yesterday. So yeah, shout out to our runners, Retro. Sorry. Okay, that's a command is out of date. That's from yesterday's race. But
It's got one for 3 on the commentators. It looks like
it's 2 for it's 2 for 6 overall. Batcap is shouted out in the wrong place, and I am still commentating. The rest is wrong.
Alright, we've got, so Alkaline Ace is doing this opening where you go over and check these Hylia Island. Looks like they're both doing the same sort of thing. And one of the good parts about this is you can check a bunch of different drop downs, or a bunch of different enemy drop pools. If you want to execute some of these enemies with the sign and the bush.
Yep. Okay, Fairy Fountain and over here, just a red rupee on the Lake Island, and not much of interest over at the shop entrance either. Oh, and okay, gotta like it when Sanctuary's at Cannon.
Yeah, it is interesting. So you always can get this item for free, and it's in Logic, so this could even be the Moon Pearl. But it does give us a really early Dark World access once you get that Moon Pearl.
Yep, well, it is half magic. Wasn't quite sure what that was, but that is our first item of the seed.
Yeah, half magic can be very nice if you end up getting like a Cane of Samaria or a Fire Rod early, because when you get your first weapon in Cross Keys, it is very nice to be able to use it a lot if it happens to be a magic one.
Yep. And hey, Orange Koopa raiding with a party of 2, welcome in. We're 3.5 minutes into a Cross Key seed. Haven't seen a whole lot yet.
Now we got Paradox Cave up by that Witch's Hut, which I'm sure these runners will be going back to as soon as they get a decent amount of bombs.
Yep. And that's, I think, what Elka is trying for right now.
Yeah, you want to get normally at least a couple. I'll generally screen transition until I get 2 or more here, but we'll see how many Alkaline Ace is going to want.
And yes, in fact, Red gets in's Buddy Sprite is Lally Baniri as we find the back end of, I think that's Spiral Cave over here.
That's Paradox Cave top, so we've already found in our 4 entrances that we've checked that 2 of them have been Paradox Cave.
Yep.
That's back of Spiral and Alkaline Ace, though.
Okay, that's me mixing up caves. That is back of Spiral there, thank you. And oh hey, we've got Hera here, where Red gets in the pod area.
Yeah, interesting to see he wanted to go into the pod area but didn't want to risk going over to the Food 5. It is dangerous with those Murderdactyls, but it is nice to find Tower of Hera there.
Yep, I saw something blue on Race Game. I think it was some more bombs.
Yeah, I saw it and I wasn't interested, and I don't remember exactly what it was. And yeah, chat pointing out, so if you find a Dark World dungeon as a bunny with no Moon Pearl, you can like take an intentional death there, and then you will be revived as Link. But Tower of Hera, you can't do that unless, if you have Mirror, you can Super Bunny and then do it, but you can't do it normally in that dungeon.
Okay, C-shaped houses in the Light World instead today. Alright, giving us a heart piece.
Yeah, that's nice. Alkaline Ace found there's a shop right here, and then there's the C-shaped house with a nice little bit of a start at Kakariko.
Yep. And Blind Sub moved next door. Alright, some extra quick checks.
Yeah, let's see if we can get one of those nice early game items like a glove or a sword or a mirror or something.
Yep. After GT, Red Rupee, our trackers are indeed bored. There's an item for them to click. Castle Tower Key. And some bombs.
Yeah, it is nice to get the first Castle Tower small key so you can get the item. Also, we might still need to do Castle Tower depending on what's locked by on Lumberjack tree today.
Yep. And there's a nice Palace small key. Neither of them are the worst keys to find, just also not the most interesting of small keys.
Yeah, depending on what you have to do with Ice Palace, you have to go there without the cane, or if you have to dip that even without like hammer or glove, it can be pretty nice to have that small key in our circumstances.
Yeah.
Like if you have to dip Ice Palace with no hammer, with missing either hammer or glove, but you have the cane, it's very nice to have that small key. Or if you have to go in there with just with no cane and you can full clear it, again, the small key is very nice.
Another fairy there, and the back of the bar, just a Red Rupee. Tech usually excellent for cross keys just because there's so many entrances here. Unfortunately, they've mostly been a bust.
Yeah, pretty uneventful today. We'll see. There could be a couple dungeons or connectors up on the top, but the Blind Side was the nice entrance, but otherwise pretty boring.
We should have a key tracker for cross keys. I don't know why it isn't. And the Smiths are just next door. That's not too bad. Good to know.
Let's see what's in this hammer or mirror. It can be hammer or mirror plus mitts or connector locked, and it's Kakariko well.
Alright, well, won't be too. That's gonna take a little bit, but that's 5 checks we won't be able to do for a bit. Oh, hey, Graveyard Ledge, which is also some free bombs, conveniently.
Yeah, Graveyard Ledge is great to find really early, and there's our mirror.
Ooh, speaking of. Mirror
is an excellent item to find early in cross keys, because then you don't have to worry about doubling back for any mirror locked entrance. It's also interesting when you have that save and quit on the pyramid, because that just gives you 3 early entrances.
And there's Spike Cave also in CAC. Again, another thing they can't currently do.
Yeah, that one can be annoying to come back to. With it being in Kakariko, it will be easy to remember at least.
Yeah, 10 arrows off the bobble vendor being a bit of a scam. And there's a connector here, Quarreling Brothers' house. Let's see, not deciding, okay, maybe I want to come back to this a bit later.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of bombing it like that because, like, you're on your track or you mark Quarreling Brothers is there while you throw the bomb, and then when the bomb explodes, you can walk out and continue the rest of your day.
Oh, and that isn't because I was just gonna say the other thing too is you can get one weight, and Red Kitsune just got one weight. Heart container off Uncle here in the bell drop down.
Yeah, and that can be a kind of annoying one because, like, now Red Kitsune is going to want to do the rest of Kakariko, but it's a long walk to get back.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing with the connectors. You might want to check out the rest of the area before you potentially, especially without a moon pearl here, is the issue is you get one weight and you can't, and you have to hike back.
And the unfortunate thing is he didn't grab the mirror yet, because if he had grabbed the mirror, he could at least check the rest of the, or at least one entrance over on Light Ice Rock Cave. Or no, he could do the bomb one too.
Powder here in CAC as well.
Yeah, powder before finding the magic backdrop down, that's really nice. We'll probably, well, it's probably not accessible because there's a 1 in 3 chance that it's the one that we can get to, but it's definitely nice to have.
One of the entrances to Bumper Cave is the other side of that house. Okay.
Yep, the one that we can hookshot through is here, so if the hookshot or cape shows up, they can follow that connector.
And the house just north of CAC is another ferry. Well, not doing that.
I didn't see. Where did Alkaline Ace get that glove?
The glove was out of the well entrance off the Uncle.
Okay, yeah, so they got early glove and early mirrors. That's really nice. Those are generally the 2 highest items on my wish list when I start across these heat up.
Yeah. Some more bombs in the lumberjack drop down here in the Lost Woods. No Ganon yet is starting to get mildly concerning.
Yeah, you never liked the Ganon at the lumberjack tree. It's nice that they have at least one small key already, but that second small key could be anywhere.
Oh hey, our first big key is a big key to ice. Not the most functional, unfortunately, but okay.
Yeah, logically required. It's nice to not have to orphan the big key chest, or the big chest, but it's not needed, technically.
Yeah, top of Lost Woods is a terrible place for old man.
Yep, and unless there's like a connector in the lumberjack, or if this is Ganon, we'll probably see that you could save and quit to beat Ganon after whatever dungeon you do, but hoping for not Ganon here for the runner's sake.
Yeah. And nope, it's
That's Magic Bat.
Yep. Okay, so we're not using that powder for a bit then.
Nope, but it is nice, so we know for a fact that Ganon will be at the Sanctuary dropdown.
Yep. Back here's one of the entrances to Spectacle Rock, which we can check out. Has a small key.
I would be surprised if Alkaline Ace follows this because he's got Kakariko Well to go to. Yeah, so you'll probably just save this till you have the old man saved, and then you'll do it.
We know it is not Vanilla Ganon because the Sanctuary is there.
Yep, this is one of the seeds where you don't have to do process elimination for the pyramid because we saw that they saved and quit to that pyramid earlier.
Yep, unfortunately that does mean that the backup escape checks are going to be locked behind the Hyrule Castle small key, wherever that's gone off to.
Yeah, it can be annoying when you run into that situation because you oftentimes will want to save scum that, and like you can get all the checks without the key, but you just have to do set up a save and quit when you find Hyrule Castle, and it can be a bit of a time sink if that shows up early.
Bomb shop in the entrance to Death Mountain. Hera and Pada are our red crystals today, I think. Was it? No, Ice Palace and Hera. Thank you. I can't read, apparently. Yeah, Ice Palace and Hera are red crystals. This is indeed Ganon. Good to confirm as we continue heading over.
Oh, Alkaline Ace is. Oh yeah, it's not. Sorry, it wasn't. I don't know why I'm thinking that the well is over at Beast's Ferry. It's at the blacksmith.
Yep. Yeah, that's about all he can do in North Hyrule at the moment. So he's gonna go backtrack.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check that Quarreling Brothers connector.
Makes sense. And we'll get and does have the mirror, so can mirror run out.
Yeah, so he'll be able to check 2 other entrances over here. He could even set up a fake flipper to Zora, which is an option for sure when you have the glove and 550 rupees already.
Yep.
Zora is kind of a interesting location in Cross Keys because it oftentimes you can get to it really late. So I personally like it when you get put over here and happen to have enough money in the glove and you set up the fake flipper. But we'll see what Alkaline Ace likes to do here.
Front of TR here.
These crabs over here are going to be a bit troublesome for Alkaline Ace. I just got to dodge. Oh.
Oh, that
That's
death
a tough
hurt.
death. Yeah, because like there's 2 entrances there. You could completely clear them out.
That feels really bad. I think he's going to do South Shore and perhaps loop back there now.
Yeah, it makes sense. Don't want to risk, because you know your opponent. We know that Red Kitsune did not actually get that early, but it's definitely possible. And there's the other side of Spec Rock.
Yep, there's that Spec Rock and Light World Type Cave. Alka is going to take it. This, I believe. Yeah. Oh, actually, we have. That gets us to Dark Death Mountain here, floating island.
Yeah,
Nice
that's a really
connector to
nice.
have.
That's a really nice connector.
First Death Mountain access and a way to. And that floating island check can be really hard to do in Cross Keys, depending on where that one entrance has gone off to.
Oh yeah, either the entrance or the mirror can both hide for quite a while.
Oh, for sure. I did not catch the medallion for the TR entrance. Bombos, thank you. There's like a tower here.
Yeah, not gonna want to do a bunny revival in here with no. You're not looking to do no bomb, no weapon Aga Tower in Dark World like that.
Not quite, no.
We got the Mile High Brewery today.
Yep.
Or tavern, sorry.
And here's Paradox for Red Kitsune. Desert has our green pendant. Saha's Hut, a good find here.
Oh, that's what I was thinking about that they could go back to. Not the well, it was Paradox.
Look, Heart Piece and Hookshot in Saha's Hut. You'll take that.
Yeah, that's a nice hookshot because now you can easily get over to West Death Mountain here, which was in Logic by I think 4 Hard Bunny Walk or Bunny Lionel Walk is in Logic. It's just terrible.
And we've got Eastern here as well. Kane in Mini Moldorm Cave. Don't die, please.
Yeah, that Kane's interesting. We already saw in front of.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, it's another tough death from both runners. So that's one of the problems with Cross Keys is that you just have to do these low heart things.
Yeah, so it's going to backtrack for the last 3 chests as Alka gets a green rupee in the first chest of Eastern.
Yeah, and so interesting thing about this Eastern Palace is, first of all, it's right next to the Sahajrala, which like chat's pointing out, so that's pretty cool. And second of all, it's just in a terrible location. So I don't know if Alkaline Ace is one of the people that always dips Eastern or just doesn't normally, but I don't really care which camp you're in. This is one where you probably are going to dip it just because it's so bad to get back here.
It really is. Nothing in the second chest either.
I mean, so as far as this particular entrance goes, this seat is actually one of the better seats to get back to this entrance, but it's still pretty bad.
Yeah, there is a decent connector up to Floating Island. It's just still lousy.
Yeah, if he had already had the mitts, then you can potentially skip it. Yeah. And there's the bottom of Paradox.
Oh, that's a faster way back then, at least.
Yeah, that feels good, I think, if you died right before you finished this out.
Yep. Yeah, Mini Moldorbs is not fun. There we go. Really cutting it close on half a heart there. Not much in those 2 chests, and not much!
Nope, the only prize was the one that he already has.
It's still good to get back here, though, because you don't want to leave these behind and then find out you missed something important.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Red Kitsune was going for with that bottom jump. Maybe he wanted to go back to the pod area with his mirror. Because then he
Not
could.
sure.
Because we've already seen all those drop-down entrances, all those paradox entrances.
Mm-hmm.
You can use that mirror and set up a Super Bunny glitch to get in Tower of Hera. Now he doesn't, unlike Alkaline Ace, he doesn't have that hook shot. Alkaline Ace could just flat out clear Tower of Hera with the Bunny Walk.
Yeah. Well, Red Kitsune is going to check the top of Hyrule Castle entrances. One of the nice things about getting a mirror early is to get a bottle on the eastern big key chest. Dark Saha up at the top of Hyrule Castle.
Bottle is nice. It's always nice when you get your bottle for finding Sick Kid, because you have no idea where he is. He can be in some pretty annoying locations.
We were speaking of Super Bunny, your Super Bunny Cave. Hookshot Cave for Elka is a really nice find.
Yeah, already having the hook shot. You can check this connector. We'll definitely get the items. We'll see if he wants to immediately check the connector. Because you probably want to finish out at least the rest of Death Mountain here.
Nothing in Super Bunny. Big Key to Pod is a really good find.
Yeah, we're going to need that one. Well, probably at least. We don't know if it's a crystal or not yet.
And a Small Key to Thieves is also a good one to get.
Oh yeah, and then yeah, you need the sword to bind Super Bunny Hera. Yeah, because you need the reason you want the Super Bunny is to hit the switch.
And a map to Swamp. Alright, not too bad for a Hookshot Cave, honestly.
Hookshot was in Saha's hut.
Correct. And oh hey, that's a nice connector over to Desert.
Yeah, and you even have the glove, so you can even get this there. It's really annoying when you find that at this entrance without have the glove, because then you're like, oh, that back is in logic, and as soon as you get a glove, and who knows when you want to come back here.
Yeah. And there's a chess game. 100 bucks and 20 bucks. Waterfall Fairy giving us a whole bunch more nothing.
Alright, so Alkaline Ace is going to take this from Desert, and this makes sense to me because he can just clear out the South Shore, and then he can go back to the mountain and get the Spiral Cave drop down, and finish out the rest of the mountain.
Yep. Can even check the main desert entrance with that book. Small key to Hera in Ice Rod Cave as we get King's Tomb is the desert main entrance.
Got an unfortunate map, so the first two maps of the sea have been pretty useless.
Yeah. No, the swap map. Yeah. So.
Alright, let's see if Alkaline Ace is going to go finish out South Shore or go back. Looks like he's going back to the mountain. Yeah, this connector is very nice because, so if this connector had not been as close, I don't think Alkaline Ace even takes that Hookshot Cave connector immediately. But since it is so close, not only did he take the connector, he just left from it knowing that he could come back. And also, so the good part is, taking that connector, he doesn't have to walk past the very annoying red Tektites to get to the other two entrances over here.
Yep. Oh hey, GT is a nice find.
Yeah, the eastern area can be put off for quite a while, so we'll see. With the mirror, it's not going to be too bad, but probably we'll wait for the Moon Pearl to get over here.
Yep. Sword and Hope Room as we see Hyrule Castle main here on lower Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, that's an annoying one. I mean, you gotta just hope. I think at that point, I would just hope that you find the other entrances to Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, here's a shop. We've got tile room action going on Red Kitsune's side.
Yeah, with that Cane of Samari, this isn't logic.
Chicken Hut.
Yeah, I think these runners have really benefited from the early Mirror and Glove this seed, just because there's been a lot of things that they would have had to leave behind if not for those 2 items showing up as early as they did.
Yeah, Bombo's in Tile Room and Quake in the Chicken Hut over on the southeastern Light Death Mountain.
Yeah, I mean, with this item loadout, I would not be surprised to see an Ice Palace show up. We got the big key, we got the small key.
Speaking of.
Yeah, there we go. So, like... And so, like, what I was mentioning earlier about that small key is, like, they have the cane, and normally hammerless ice is a terrible dip. It's not a great dip, but I honestly don't think it's any worse than Eastern Palace if you have the cane and a small key.
Yeah. But yeah, you're talking about Ice Palace. There is Ice Palace there. Now, over there, not too far from, well...
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised to see, especially because we have the hook shot as well, which puts some more chests into logic in Ice Palace. Well, actually, I'm not sure if the small key already affected that, but when I see that many Sphere 0 items in Ice Palace available and no Moon Pearl, I would not be surprised to see these runners get back there at some point.
Yep.
Alton Ace didn't have the option to go in there because he hasn't been a GT yet, but it definitely will be an option at some point.
Yep, Light Flute 5, just $50.
And Alkaline Ace is in the cross keys bad territory. Definitely going to want to buy this heart here, yeah, because those cabbages are annoying.
Yep, and there's Spiral Key for Red Kitsune, who is in Dark Flute 5 and is going to save quit.
Yeah, he already saw the top of Super Bunny, so doesn't need to take that.
Yeah, still haven't seen the old man actually for Red Elka. I've just noticed. I think it's gotta be up here someplace.
Yeah, he could be Tower of Hera, in which case it would be inaccessible, but could also just be in one of these other entrances. We still got 3 more left.
Hey! Thieves Town is a nice one to get. Here, left side of the left drop down over here. Got 4 quick checks.
Yeah, and Red Kitsune will be making his way over here as well, so probably will do about the same, maybe a little bit of difference. May not follow the Hookshot Cave directly, but I definitely expect to see him do the ferry drop down and find Saha Eastern and the Hookshot.
Yeah, Heart Container very nice to have for Elka in the front of Thieves.
Yeah, 5 hearts is one of the big barriers, I think, in this mode, because there's a lot of enemies that do 2 hearts, so if you have 5, you basically have double the health of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Meyer big key, okay, that's an interesting big key, because now we're just lamp away from having Vitreous clearable.
Mm-hmm.
And Red Kitsune is going to take the death here, and it makes a lot of sense for him, because first of all, he can just bomb boost even in here to kill some enemies, and he has the small key, so it's much quicker than if he had tried to do this with just bombs.
Oh yeah, and there's also a small key to Swamp in the front of these, also a really good find. It's one of those things that is a real pain in the rear to find in cross keys.
Yep, very famous in Key Sanity, that Swamp Palace small key. There's only the one, and you need it to do basically everything except the one chest in Swamp Palace.
And a burner on top of Spectacle Rock. The middle drop down here is the brewery. Having the big key to Swamp. Okay, that's not the most useful, but I mean, you're right here, might as well.
Yep, definitely nice to have before you do Swamp Palace at all. And this will be a pretty nice, so this is getting the mirror and the book this early. It's really nice for being over here on West Death Mountain.
And $300 in the second chest to Bag of Tower. Don't think there was anything in the first chest either.
Alright, interesting. I'm a bit surprised to see Alkaline Ace do the entrances in this order before doing Tower of Hera and getting that Canberna. Because if the old man is at Tower of Hera, okay, no, he's just doing the one drop down. Okay, that makes sense. Or no, he's coming over here. Because if old man is at Tower of Hera, then you have to walk back up the mountain.
Yeah.
Though I guess you have to walk back up no matter what, so maybe it's not that big of a deal. Because you have to walk up. You're gonna have to walk back up again for another entrance because the old man will not let you do that jump down to the dark world with him. Yeah,
Mimic Cave has moved over to the other side of Death Mountain.
And that is confirmed that the old man will be at the Tower of Hera entrance.
Because we've seen everything else. There's Hyrule Castle left. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not at all upset about that. It would have been a bit annoying if the mirror, if they didn't have the mirror, and they were the Alkaline Ace is going to go in here just so he doesn't have to deal with any of the cabbages on the way up. It's funny how Dark Death Mountain is so much safer than Light Death Mountain.
Yeah, cabbages are annoying.
So that Hyrule Castle entrance, I think, is very good because sometimes if you don't have the mirror, you're tempted. You find a connector like that, you're tempted to go and do the Dark World entrances while they're in Logic. And with the Moon Pro, is a little less tempting since Hyrule Castle has some items. Though there's only going to be one in Logic in Hyrule Castle right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that Cane of Urna is really big for Alkaline Ace because it's his first real weapon.
Yep. Just couch cash on the Ether tablet. And the compass to ice on the old man. Not the most helpful today, and we know also that the old man's home is at the top of Lost Woods for some reason today, which isn't helping.
Yeah,
There'll
we
be a
still
good way
have
back
hope for the back of the old man entrance to be somewhere useful, but yeah, not going to be a great save input today.
No, our safe goods are Link's house, Sig, and the top of Lost Woods. Not ideal. Well, old man, he'll be good for getting to Ganon at the end of the seed, but beyond that,
Oh, and also interesting, I didn't even notice this, but Red Kitsune, he appears to have walked over past the Lionels to get here. So he doesn't have his hook shot yet.
Yeah, that's what he did. He hasn't done southeastern Death Mountain.
That was some really good cabbage dodging there by Red Kitsune. Let's see if he can get to that heart shot. That was very strong dodges right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely hats off to Red Kitsune for making the most out of a very difficult situation. They're definitely going to buy this heart, maybe even another one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this old man, the Alkaline Ace routing this the way he did is going to pay off really well here because the Hyrule Castle, this is where he wanted to end your up.
Yep, and with that, Berna is going to go check out the front of Hyrule Castle here.
Yeah, this is a better spot than you'll normally get to save scum something. So we'll see if with this mirror, I think Alkaline Ace is going to save scum. Though you have something else first to kill this guard.
Yeah.
Nope, or you can save scum from the second chest here, but maybe he's not going to save scum at all.
Yeah, because we know that the back of escape is logically stuck behind the Sewer's key, wherever that's gone off to, courtesy of Sank being at Ganon.
Yep, and even these next two checks are also behind the Hyrule Castle Small. They could also be behind beating Ganon in the back of escape. Maybe the Hyrule Castle Small could be in the back of escape, and then you could be behind beating Ganon, or not Ganon, sorry, beating Aghanim too.
That would be a special. That would be pretty special, though, as you get. Oh, there's a flippers. That is a very out of logic flippers.
Yeah, and with something like the hammer, you would think, okay, they were going to find the Hyrule Castle Small Key sometime early. The flippers don't have to lock that much. They could lock a hobo. They can lock. They're not going to lock Dark Shopping Mall because we already found that, but they're going to lock Ice Palace entrance, the middle Hylia entrance, and then the Zora Ledge.
A Waterfall Fairy entrance. Waterfall Fairy entrance as well?
Yep. And yeah, Cane of Burna coming in clutch here for Alkaline Ace.
And just a Red Ruby and Zelda cell, so gonna keep those flippers and keep going. Going to check out the right side Hyrule Castle entrance now. As Red Kitsune gets their minor big.
Yeah, and depending on where this entrance is, Alkaline Ace could be tempted to try to do Dark Cross with there's no sword for him is a bit troubling.
Oh hey, you've got Desert Right. Not the best of connectors, but could be worse.
Yeah, let's see if he goes. I wouldn't be surprised to see him walk out the. Okay, he's coming over here, and I don't know if there's anything over here for him. What was this one again? Oh, it's Desert. I didn't see that one. Yeah, that's the good one. Yeah, so you don't want to do Dark... If you wanted to do Dark Cross there, you probably would want to come out of the Light World entrance, because those Dark World rats will do 2 hearts of damage, same with the Dark World snakes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wonder what entrance that is over in the Dark World.
Bombs in the desert map chest. We'll see them with the torches, and then we'll probably get locked in. And then we'll be at lock out of here.
Ooh, big key on the torch.
That's something that's concerning.
Yeah, I'm going to want to come back here with the boots. We'll see if this Desert Palace is in Logic or not yet, because based off the connectors, that one, the one he went through, is not in Logic without the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, Red did not do escape, correct? Oh, that's Hookshot Cave, okay.
That's nice. Now, because they've actually basically full cleared the mountain at this point now. They just got the Turtle Rock entrance and the Turtle Rock ledge stuff.
Yeah, Hookshot Cave entrance being desert left means that's not in Logic either.
Which connector did Red Kitsune just walk out of to find that last mountain, or the last Kyoto Castle top entrance?
I'm not sure, I'll be honest. I'm frankly terrible at identifying connectors, unfortunately. Back of Old Man is top of Hyrule Castle. Blah! That's about...
Yeah. That'll be Link's house only. Ooh, this
That's
is
a convenient...
Kakariko Well.
Yes, it is. That's a really nice find for Elka.
Also, definitely not in Logic yet.
No, don't think he cares.
No, you definitely do this, because it's you could have the Moon Pearl be here if Desert Right is an accessible Light World entrance.
It's not. It was Hammerpex.
Oh, but did we do all 3 desert entrances?
Yeah, that's how he got here. That was Hammerpex. Smoky to Skullwoods is not great.
I missed one of the
is...
desert entrances. I saw him come in through the front, and I didn't see the other one. Yep. But yeah, this can't be Moon Pearl if they were all out of Logic.
Yep, GT key in the well as well as the Bugnut and a Skullwood Small. Not the most helpful of wells, unfortunately.
Yeah, we did see Bumper Cave, and that might be where Alclinace is going. Yeah. So this is actually in Logic, even though the cape isn't. So I guess the Bumper Cave doesn't really matter for the bumper.
Yep.
Ooh, nice connector to find.
300 bucks. But this is also an entrance that is really difficult to find.
Yeah, again, really nice to have the early Marion.
Razor Bridge. That's a fun connector.
Yep, with this Cane of Burna, this is actually in Logic. The cross keys does still need you to have Mirror Shield or Invincibility item for this to be in Logic. Yeah, no Cane of Samaria. It would be out of Logic, but he could go back to Crystal Roller Room, Alclinace, if he had gotten that cane from Paradox Cave.
And
it's our Moon Pearl. So that's a pretty annoying Moon Pearl, because you have to take the Bumper Cave and Mirror, and you have to, that's demonstrating right there that in fact that hook shot is in Logic, because that cape was Moon Pearl locked. So this is one of those seeds where you're logically required to use the hook shot to traverse through Bumper Cave. And also just a nice spot in the Dark World to get to check. Now they have full Dark World access with first of all, the flippers are out of Logic, but they have the same quick point to the pyramid.
Yep.
The Canis Mario was at Paradox Cave.
Correct. Dark Lumberjack was nothing. First Chest of TR is nothing, and the Curiosity Shop is Sick Kid.
Alright, so Alkanite's going to put that bottle from Eastern Palace to good use and getting Skullwood Skull.
The second one, not especially useful.
Nope, it is nice to have the one, especially if you find Skullwood's front in the light world and haven't gotten to steal the key yet.
Alright, Dark Sank here. There's the Bomb Hunt. Not especially helpful. Red Rupee off Chain Chomps. Graveyard Ledge will be next.
Yeah, we could see Alkaline Ace go. I'm wondering if he's going to take the flippers and go over towards Catfish and go back to Dark Shopping Mall and then do Paradox Cave while he's over there.
The Blue Balls United is up 2-0. That should be marked.
Yeah, Alkaline Ace looking to stave off elimination. Oh, this is an annoying Paradox or a Spiral Cave. I think you have to follow this one.
I think you do, but that is a terrible location for it.
Now, we already know where bottom of Spiral is today. That's over in the south part of Kakariko.
Mm-hmm.
But you need the item, so even though you know where this is going to take you and it's nowhere particularly interesting, and it's an item and it's going to be really annoying to get to.
Yep. Flute! That's a fantastic find.
Yeah, especially because where this drop-down takes you. So this flute actually doesn't put anything new into logic yet, but it's very nice for getting around.
Yep. It's Podkey off Hobo, our first of 6.
So this flute is actually great because now Alkaline Ace can go over to Paradox Cave and kind of continue with some of the stuff he was already going to do.
Yep. But yeah, this is game 3 of this series. Game number 2 out of this series. Games 1 and 3 have already been played, and were wins from Blue Balls United. I was commentating the power matchup yesterday.
Yeah, they had a nice Inversia seed that going on.
It was
there.
a pretty cursed Inversia seed.
Yeah, I guess it was pretty cursed.
I assumed you watched it?
I caught the first half of it.
It was horrendously bad. 2 hour 14.
Oh wow, that's a really bad one.
Just how about an hour 45 hammer?
Oh jeez, I was thinking those would be the big keys that were doing that.
No, it was part big keys. It was part hammer. The fact they were on Fighter Sword for an hour and 40 minutes wasn't helping either. It was bad.
Normally the inverted seeds are really brutal at the beginning, but I guess that one.
The entire thing was brutal. They was saving it from just sucking.
Alright, Alkaline Ace gonna use this, check all 3 of these entrances. Their Super Bunny Cave is the most interesting one, but it doesn't have any good items in it.
Mm-mm.
Using the hookshot here to identify, if he's good at hookshot identification, he could tell that this is the back of Old Man.
Mm-hmm.
So the way that
Or
I
just
do
walking over there
hookshot
works,
identification, so if the hookshot doesn't hit the wall at all, then it's either front of Old Man or it's the dark connector that is the Death Mound Descent. So if it hits no wall, that's one of those 2. And then if it is, then you just walk right and see if it still doesn't hit the wall. And then if it doesn't hit the wall, then it has to be Death Mound Descent, and otherwise it's the Old Man. If it hits the wall really early, then it's easy, it's the Death Mound Descent. And then if it hits the wall kind of late, then it has to be that one.
And yeah, Boots on Zora was not fun last night for you, Matt Cap. It was not particularly helping anything, so they got bottlenecked into it stupid early at least. It was a really entertaining seed if someone wants to watch it back later. It was on this channel between Matt Cap and Retro Redfield. This seed just sucked.
Yeah, both of the races of this seed have been this tournament have been interesting, in between these 2 teams.
Yep.
And Red Kitsune having an even easier decision to dip Eastern here, I would think, because he's looking for that Moon Pearl. It's a bad location to get back to.
Mm-hmm.
The harder decision he's going to have, though, is he will have ability to dip Ice Palace here, which, from his perspective, looks good, because the Moon Pearl could be in there, but we know that it's not. There doesn't say that there couldn't be something else in there.
Mm-hmm. Does he not have the Ice Palace big key from Lost Woods, by the way? Because I'm looking at the tracker.
You know what? It's possible. I don't know. I feel like he's been up there.
Yeah, I know he's been in the CAC area. I don't distinctly remember him doing
Yeah,
that.
I think
but
he did, because he's been to the Lumberjack area.
Yeah, I was thinking, just looking at the tracker, he can't do anything with the Ice Palace big key particularly right now, but...
Oh, you can get the big chest.
Okay, you can. I was trying to remember if you can or not.
Is actually even in logic with just the Fire Rod and the big key. The big Fire Rod only Ice Palace for early checks can be quite annoying.
Oh, I can imagine.
I've had a required first sword to kill, or to get to. I forget. I think it was to get to Mothula.
Wait, Red Kitsune has a fighter sword?
Yeah, it's from GT.
I missed that earlier. Was that
GT.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, GT. So the Ice Palace entry was in the Eastern Palace entrance GT. Alright, let's see which way Alkaline Ace could go here. I could definitely make a case for going either north or east here. Looks like he's going to go east first.
And was that Dark Magician for the sword? I'm just trying to remember where it was.
Sword was in the right Hope room, and then Bombos was in Time room.
Okay, I managed to see the book, but not the sword, apparently.
Book was in the Sahasa.
Okay. Yep.
Alright, so yeah, Alkaline Ace is coming over here, and he can go up to Catfish from here and mirror over to Zora, though. With the flippers, he can just do the Zora area.
Oh, and I realized what happened. I screwed up my own notes sheet. Is why I got confused. I was looking at my notes and I was like, what did I do? Because book and sword are right next to each other on my notes sheet, and I misentered the location of the sword, so I screwed up both entries. Oops!
I think they were both doing them at the same time. It's just there was one runner doing one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think finding that Paradox Cave over in Hyrule Castle made Alkaline Ace reconsider going north here, because one of the reasons you would go north is the Mirrored Paradox, but gonna get a big key here, so yeah, that's a useful one. You don't want to have to do the climb today, but it is nice to have the big key so that when you go through GT for the first time, either through the right or the left side, you can get the big chest.
Yeah. Nothing in Waterfall Fairy.
See if
Plenty
Zora
of money
has
this seed.
Zora's been in Logic for quite some time, with that glove being available 5 minutes in.
Yep. Glova is just sitting in the well entrance. You had a seat of the mirror in GT Big. Ouch. That does hurt.
Yeah, especially because GT Big requires, in Logic at least, you to have the 3 GT Smalls and then some way to get to the big chest, either Cane of Samaria plus Fire Rod, Hookshot plus Hammer, or you could use just Hammer and Bomb Jump, maybe Hammer plus Boots to make the Bomb Jumps easier.
Yeah.
But that's not logical, obviously, that's just how you get there.
Zora a scam today, just $20.
We're going to see a pedestal check, it looks like, here from Alkaline Ace.
Good idea.
Yeah, I'm a bit interested. He could have gotten to Skull Woods not too hard and mirrored over, but he doesn't have the Fire Rod, so you don't have an incentive to do Skull Woods.
Oh hey, GT key on pad.
Yeah, so logically, that's actually, I think, fairly good. Because, like, say we get in a situation where you need I don't know. You got Skullwoods being a pendant, and you need the Fire Rod for go mode. Then you can eliminate the GT climb for at least a few of the checks. I guess probably just one of them. So not quite as good as it can be, but it does mean no Moldworm chest for pendant progression.
Yep. Also tells us about where that Silver's key could have gone off to a bit. Assuming flippers end up being required for something or another, which they haven't so far much, although Hobo did give us a hotkey to keep in mind.
Alright, looks like Red Kitsune is not going to go into... I don't know why you didn't do this entrance yet, because the Ice Palace is definitely a difficult decision, I think.
Yep.
To dip or not to dip?
Alright, Skullwood's time. Has both of the small keys.
Oh, there's a bit of a bully by the bumper there for Alclanace. Luckily, not too much of a time loss there.
Nope.
And also very nice that you do see Skullwoods. Skullwoods is a pendant. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, so now if it turns out that Turtle Rock, the Fire Rod, is really late, you can eliminate that from one of the chests in GT, knowing where that small key is. Well, actually, more than one, actually, but obviously one in the climb. But the chest that you eliminate in the basement, you would do anyway.
Yeah.
Unless, I guess you can, if you're in go mode and you don't want silvers or anything, then fine, you can skip it. Because we see that little P in the top left corner, that means that Skullwoods is just a regular pendant, because we know where green pendant is. Well, I don't know if Alclanace does, but we know from Raikatsune's side where it is.
With Book being in Saha, so they both know it.
Yeah, I didn't have it on his tracker. I don't know if maybe he forgot to talk to him.
I'd be surprised if he hadn't.
Oh, and this is bad layout of Skullwoods, so let's see what Alclanace wants to do here. It's not too bad to get back to the Dark World, so I wouldn't be surprised if he does check it. It does make you feel a little bit bad for the pedestal check, though, because you could have just gotten it with the mirror.
Yeah, sometimes, because the Skullwoods shotguns are just shuffled with each other, and they can be kind of mean, and this is one of the meaner layouts. And we are seeing Ice Palace. Makes sense?
Yeah, I think that with so if you don't have the cane or the small key, it's a much more difficult dip, but I think Ice Palace being in a not super easy to get back to location, having the cane and the small key, and then having the big key as well, puts enough checks into logic, so I think you do, this is definitely a good choice, I think, by Red Kitsune to do this.
Yep. Big key to Thieves in the front of Skullwoods. That's a good find. We have seen Thieves Town.
Yeah, that puts the one chest in Blind Cell into logic, but you can also just gamble if there's nothing in the big chest, which never hurts anybody, and then clear out Thieves Town.
First chest of ice is a blue mail. You'll take that. Only 6 hearts. Might as well.
Yeah, we know the Moon Pearl's going to show up pretty soon for Red Kitsune. You have the mirror already. Those are the main reasons why you wouldn't want to get the blue mail, but right now with 6 hearts, you're definitely appreciating it.
Yep, and he is now a shiny Kecleon, in case people are wondering what that palette swap is.
It looks like he doesn't want to do an icebreaker here.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is maybe not being comfortable with Icebreaker or not knowing that he does a key, because if you don't have a key, you don't want to do Icebreaker. I mean, you can do it. I would do it just to get the one chest and then walk out, the Hammerlock chest. Yeah, if you don't remember about your key, then it's not, you can actually steal this key here, and it's probably even better.
Yeah.
With that cane, he doesn't need to hit the... there's arguments to hit the switch to do the bomb jump here on the off chance the hammer is here. It makes your route slower, but it is... If you're very optimistic about getting the hammer, you can do it.
Yeah, on the other side, Elka, I didn't quite catch where, but Elka has found Turtle Rock, left, I think, and is now doing Lava Chest.
Yeah, Lava Chest is locked by all 4 Turtle Rock Smalls, but we already know where Laser Bridge is, so you just need the one small to clear out Turtle Rock, knowing we know where all the entrances to it are. Well, not all, I don't know, we were missing one, but we found the ones that you need keys to get to.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately I managed to miss where this ice TR left was. That's just a Red Ruby.
And yeah, I would say always do the bomb jump, but not if you have the cane and the small key and you do the normal way. I don't think you have to, because like on average you're gonna save time because you can at least still get to the boss with the cane and the big key. I think if he didn't have the cane and the big key, he probably would have done the bomb jump.
Yeah.
Because it does make getting to this iced tea room, which is in logic, a little bit harder, but you don't want to get the hammer and then have to be around.
Oh no.
And these chain chomps are playing good defense today for Alkaline Ace, but he waits it out and is able to get to that.
And okay, just north of Village is where that TR left was. No, just a blue bean iced tea. And time for some village entrances here. Maybe Moldorm Cave, that's a good find.
Yep, so just Hype Cave out there for the 5 entrances, 5 item entrances.
Alright, Mini Moldorm, 3 bombs, small key, 2 pod. Useless. Another mail upgrade, and another bomb.
Yeah, I think that small key to pod is nice if they ever can find Palace of Darkness. That can clear out quite a lot with the big key. And if you have bottle, you could get a potion, or you could mimic clip.
Yep. And there's a lamp in the U room of ice.
Yeah, that's really interesting because the lamp logically can lock stuff like Dark Cross. Also, it can lock...
Oh, there's the sewers key. Village of Outcasts.
So with that lamp, now, with no bow and fighter sword only, Red Kitsune can now do Vitreous if we found his room.
Yeah, really appealing idea. Not.
Yeah, it's not a fun idea, but cross keys does sometimes require it.
Yes, it does. And flippers, I believe, are now in since we just tracked down the Harrow Castle Sewers key there in the village for Elka. Out of Myershed.
Yeah, we're gonna see Red Kitsune gonna do that icebreaker. So yeah, I must have just been he forgot about the small making the route with icebreaker easier.
Yep, gonna see Smiths here for Elka. I think. Wait, no, it doesn't have Mitts here. I'm Scatterbrain. How does Red Kitsune damage Vidi?
The fighter sword spins.
Fighter sword spins. Yep. I think Burner works.
Burner will not damage.
Okay, does it not? Thank you. What's an icebreaker? We don't know.
We'll see in a little bit once Red Kitsune gets this big little... Oh, Alkaline Ace, I guess, forgetting about it being bombs over here.
Oops. Also going to check the entrance, which is one of the harder ones to check.
Yeah, definitely wants to check the entrance. Ooh.
Ooh, that's a connector of some potential use.
This could be the Turtle Rock Ledge. It is a Turtle Rock Ledge, but not the right one.
Nope, that's the Laser Bridge entrance, not the one you want.
Because at this point, we're pretty low on connectors that we can follow still. We follow... I'm trying to think, there's got to be like one more left that I'm missing off the top of my head.
Probably. Unfortunately, you're the one running the entrance tracker, so I've got even less of an idea than you do.
Should check. Oh, we've got Dark Death Mountain Descent is probably those fairy ones. I believe that's the only connector yet to be followed.
Bloomerang on Dick Game is not helpful.
Speaking of, we'll see if I am correct about this being the Turtle Rock Ledge.
Yep. K45 here for Elka. He's going to run and Stumpy after this, and then do some South Dark World entrances.
Yeah, he's got the book, he's got...
Nope! That's not it. That's the Spike Keeper entrance.
Yeah, I'm wondering which one is it that we have not followed. I wonder if we've seen one and not followed it.
Yeah, GFE, we have... Moon Pearl is sitting on Laser Bridge, which is at the Light World bumper location.
Oh, we have the Fairy Ascension Cave connector as well, so that one must be it. Because we've seen all the other ones. These runners have been able to follow all the connectors kind of early this season.
Yeah. Yeah, Light World bumper is Laser Bridge. The connector is not terrible to find. Dean can tell us where the other end of
Yeah,
is, I forget.
that is in the top of Kakariko. This seed is really just a quiz. Is it in logic to go through Hookshot Cave of Bumper? And the answer is yes.
Very much so.
Because that cape, we see that Alclanace has the cape. It is locked by the Moon Pearl. He did have the cape to do it, but Alclanace knew that it wasn't logic to do it anyway.
Where was the cave? Because I keep forgetting it.
Kakariko Well, which is Alclanace got that. It's at the blacksmith, but Alclanace found a connector to hammer pegs through desert and was able to mirror over there.
Yep. No, I just forgot to write down the thing because my note sheet is a little funky apparently. Yeah, I hope Red Kitsune knows he can hook shot through Bumper Cave there in logic because that could be a fun one for him. Oh
So
hey, hi.
he's-
I missed this earlier here in the M Cave.
Yeah, so we got the dam there. So the one thing that can bail out Red Kitsune, and we'll see it soon, is he can walk out this Hyrule Castle and go into desert and get the hammer peg connector to get the cape.
Yep. Oh, that's red crystal off of Ice, and regular crystals off of Thieves, Mire, and Swamp. There is a map check for Elka, some good info.
Yep, really nice to find those crystals.
Yep. That guy did. Okay, so that's just Rupee Cave there in the swamp entrance. And another Rupee Cave in the dam entrance.
Yeah, it's a popular thief location today.
Apparently. There's flippers for Red Kitsune, which are in logic for him with that silver speed.
Oh no, he doesn't have it. Alclanace.
Oh no, he doesn't have it. Sorry, but we know
he's
it's
making
logic.
the play where he's gonna mirror from Zelda Cell and just forget about Zelda Cell as a check entirely, which will not hurt him because there was nothing today.
Yeah, and it's just gonna head straight for the back.
Now, if he finds the Hyrule Castle small before the Moon Pearl, it's gonna feel terrible because that could seem like it's gonna be the Moon Pearl. We know it won't be.
Yeah. By the way, where is GT again? I'm kind of wondering when Elka is gonna get there for the couple things
Eastern
in
Palace.
it.
So he'll be a little bit late there, but he'll get there. We'll wonder if he could get the fire out of the hammer and do more over there, but he'll go there when he hits pod.
Yeah. Alright, Dark Cross giving us a compass to Turtle Rock. Thanks.
And so given the entrances we've seen most of the entrances available. You've even seen most of the dungeons dipped at this point. So there's going to be progression in something like Tower of Hera, or there's going to be some entrance that we find.
We can't do much in Hera logically without the big key either. We have the small key, but not the big key.
Yeah, it's just 2 guaranteed items that we know of that neither runner has seen.
Yeah.
There's also the light. We've got a lot of the dark shopping mall plus light shopping mall entrances because we've only seen 2, 3 of those now.
We've seen all of light shopping, but we haven't been able to see 2 of the dark shopping. Back of Escape has a small key to TR, a big key to Desert, and a small key to Mire.
Big key to Desert, definitely a good find, especially because Red Kitsune is probably going to see Desert soon, and we know that that's in logic.
Yep. Alright, we've got another entrance here on the Lake Island. Just another regular ferry instead of the upgrade ferry. Yeah, Elka at the moment is a bit ahead due to the way that he's routed, but it's cross keys. It's too early to call either way.
Yeah, for sure. There's always calls. You can make this seed in cross keys. It's easier to see that there's a lead just because these runners, the item loadout has been so kind that neither of them have created too many bad checks. Like Red Kitsune made the Zelda Cell a pretty bad check, but that's nothing. And then it's just none of them have to make decisions where they end up leaving behind chests yet.
Yep. He's gonna. Oh, hey, here's the back TR right at Dark Shopping. That's all 4 TR entrances located.
Yeah, and so this is good for Red Kitsune going into Desert here because, first of all, he gets the big chest, which could be something good. It's in logic, but he doesn't know it because you need the Moon Pearl to make this in logic, and you need the Hyrule Castle Small to make the big key in logic. But the good thing here is he'll probably get his cape, which could push him to Bumper Cave.
Yeah.
Because not only do you get the cave, you get dropped off pretty close to it, so it's like, oh, cave, I can do bumper cave, and then you do bumper cave because it's right there.
Yeah, and he does need that moon pearlet sooner than later, I think. Elka doing the took 3 tries to remember which one of Late World Shopping was the front of TR. There's a mitts in the desert big chest. Okay, that's something.
Yeah, the mitts are gonna be important today because we know there's no connector to Mire because we've seen every connector except one and we haven't seen the Turtle Rock Lantern. So those mitts will be required today. So that could be a turning point for Red Kitsune. We don't know. Alkaline probably will get back to that back with escape at some point. He just needs to find another Hyrule Castle entrance.
We've seen all 3. 2 are on Death Mountain, the 3rd's Desert Right. So, well.
Yeah, I guess it's going to be hard to get into Desert considering the entrances are not the kindest to get to.
Yeah.
Because like you can't get the Hammer Picks one. Obviously, you need the hammer and the mitts are in Desert.
GFE, we've seen the Silver's Key that was in the Village of Outcasts for Elka.
Yeah, Alkaline Ace grabbed that Sewer's Key and didn't do back with Skateboard Dark Cross yet.
Yeah, hello, SpeedGaming Deutsch trading with the party is 37. Welcome in. We've got ourselves a Growski seat between Red Kitsune and Alkaline Ace in the Hero Division finals of the ALTTPR League. Fairly regular old Growski seat, nothing super whacked yet. It's just Growskis.
Alright, so Red Kitsune is going to get that, go walk up first. You can see that you can do this. This Gecker go well. I don't know
I
what
think he's trying to remember that what this entrance is, but yeah, do the well, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
This
is a really gross, because like even if you know that hookshot cave through bumper is in logic, it's just not high on your priority list to do.
Yep. Elka getting his second pod key off of the hobo. Second might have been second.
Yeah, second. He got one from Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, was making sure which one he'd gotten. Red Kitsune getting his loadout from the well.
So interestingly, that I think the mitts might be our progression. If Tower of Hera isn't, then it probably is going to be mitts for that Mire area.
There's a good chance. The Red Kitsune does not have that flute yet. That was in Spiral Cave.
Yeah, which is in Graveyard Ledge, so it's not fun. There's a very unfun part of the seat where you have to get that main pearl and probably flute too.
Yeah, that's a really ugly spot for Spiral Cave up on Graveyard Ledge. Is really, really out of the way by now. And that's a 3rd pod key.
Alright, bold take. I think that we're going to find pod in the Misery Mire area.
Probably, at this rate.
We would need one more small key to put in all the checks into logic, because the lamp is in logic. It's that chest in Ice Palace was in logic.
Yeah, I feel mildly bad for Elka, who is currently setting up Hera Pod, but does not have the Hera small key yet. That is in the Saha's entrance, which he is about to check. He's in the area.
Yeah, luckily he'll be able to get back here if he decides he wants to, and he can give Hera Pod another shot. I think the fact that he didn't get the Hera Pod may convince him to go back to Hera and try to do it.
Yep.
Teleport tile to the top of Spiral Cave. I think any Crosskeys player is in favor of that.
That is an ugly spot for the potion shop. Game in Ice Palace.
Ugh. I mean, at least they have the Flute and Mirror, so it could be worse. It could just be Ice Palace, and you have to go there and then as a one-shot later.
Yeah, but it is not a fantastic spot, unfortunately, for that potion shop.
Oh, so it looks like is Red Kitsune gonna take this connector here? Oh, this could be bad for him because I don't think this is. Is in with logic? I guess. No, it's not. Now with Laser Bridge being accessible.
Yeah, we only have 2. Yeah, we have Laser Bridge accessible and only 2 keys.
So I guess if Laser Bridge had been unaccessible, then this might be in logic to take this left side connector.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Red Kitsune doesn't know that Laser Bridge is accessible since, well, he hasn't gotten to Light World Bumper yet. That has his Moon Pearl.
This is actually very bad for Red Kitsune because he's going to get a very good Bunny Walk, which is very bad because we know Bunny Walk's not the answer.
Yeah, he's also using up TR keys, which isn't helping.
Well, the good thing is at least there's only one required TR small this seed, so he should be okay in that regard. If you only find one the whole seed, then like you had some big problems in terms of the seed being just very mean.
Yeah, we've seen 2 TR smalls, Lumberjack House and the back of Escape, both of which are in Logic.
That pod entrance is just checkerboard, which is probably good for Red Kitsune because he's not going to be wanting to check that, and probably until he gets his era.
Here's GT finally for Elka.
Yeah, so Alpha and Ace, I think he's going to end up dipping Ice Palace here because the only thing that he would need to get the lamp to put the mitts into Logic, right? And
yeah,
if you're going to need that, if he's going to want to stay in Logic, he'll probably just go to Ice Palace and get it and then do everything in Logic.
I think so. Good room here, unfortunately, has no fire rod and no hammer to continue further on either side of the basement.
Yeah, and I think Red Kitsune just getting a little bit unlucky about this Turtle Rock left being such a solid connector. If this had been something a little worse, like, I don't know, the pod entrance, then you're just not going to do anything with it. But with it being here, you're going to be really tempted to do the mirror-locked entrances and do a bunny walk.
Yeah.
We'll see if he wants to. He could mirror right to Bumper Cave, but I think this bunny walk, when you find a connector to a bunny walk with the mirror like this, it just seems likely that it's going to be one of the mirror-locked entrances.
Yeah. Well, it might get him to Bumper Cave, Graveyard Ledge, I guess.
You can't do it with a bunny.
All right.
Those bushes get in your way.
No, wait. Fair point. Elka gonna take the key and head out.
Yeah, I wanted to check the torch.
Yep.
All right, let's see if he goes over to Ice Palace, because I think that's definitely a very tempting dip again, because he's down, he does not have that much left. And yeah, that looks like where he's going to go, because he's going to take this Spectacle Connector.
Yep.
Because I don't think, I think that's all Alkaline has left in Logic is the Ice Palace.
Sounds about right.
Oh no, the other thing he has is also up here. He has the first chest of Aga Tower in Logic, and they can get the second one out of Logic.
Yep. Neither of which had much of anything I can remember for Red Kitsune.
No, but it is nice to get it. Oh, and this is actually also good for him because he can get to Hyrule Castle. Maybe he can sequence break that lamp too. He could get no, I think you might be tempted to do Ice Palace still anyway, unless he gets just the order he does it.
Yeah, it's gonna depend on what order he does the various things here.
Though interesting with him not even checking Aga Tower or anything, he's just committed to Ice Palace.
Yep.
I think this will work out well for him on his route because he can just hook shot over to Hyrule Castle left and then walk out at the hookshot cave entrance to get to Aga Tower if he wants. Though once he gets the lamp, he'll probably want to do Dark Cross and sewers.
Okay, Moon Pearl is on Laser Bridge. Laser Bridge is at the Light World Bumper Cave. To get there, you need to take regular old Bumper Cave, hilariously enough, which is at the top of Kakariko.
Yeah,
which I think is where he's going.
Red Kitsune walks south, he'll get right to it. And it's funnily it's one of those hookshot cave in Logic because their cape is out of Logic. All right, he's got the cape and he's right by Bumper Cave, so yeah, he's gonna get his Moon Pearl a lot later than Alkaline Ace, but honestly, he's going to be a Dark World loop behind is essentially where he's going to be.
Yeah, like he's already done what Elka is currently doing in Ice.
So the big thing for me, I think, so if Red Kitsune still goes over to Graveyard Ledge here, I think he's actually okay still.
Yeah, but we'll have to see, because that Moon Pearl opens up a lot of options.
Yeah, because if he gets it really, I think it actually has to be progression in the Mire area right now.
That's what it feels like to me as well, yeah.
I don't think there's anything we haven't seen between the two runners. You could maybe get... Oh, we have the Terra Basement, too. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Which, funnily, that lamp could be that's hard required for that.
It could be. We have no idea where the fire rod's gone off to.
Maybe Hero Basement. Not that it would give us that much there.
It would get us the Skullwood's
Fire
back
Rod back
entrance.
it would give us Skullwood's back, it would give us the Turtle Rock stuff.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to see a new check from Red Kitsune. Alkaline Ace did not have the same environment. This is an in-logic check, so that's one that I forgot about. This is in logic to go backwards here. He doesn't have the magic, though, actually. Yeah, that's a good point. That's sad.
That is unfortunate. And that is a
Fairy
a
adding
fairy.
insult to injury. And also,
Yeah.
the bad part is there's a fairy that's giving away free magic, but he didn't have a bottle when he went there.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So we won't get to see that check.
No, that's going to be orphan for both runners now at this point.
Yeah. I can't recall, so Alkaline Ace took that connector a lot. I can't recall if he ever walked past it while he had the cane in hand.
I don't remember either.
Because that's been the best Dark World access. Red Kitsune did find the Turtle Rock left connector for his Dark World access, but that's our main West Dark World.
Alright, and Elka's out of ice. Let's see where he goes next. Going to Flute.
He's going to go back to Hyrule Castle.
Okay. So yeah, has a Silver's key, so should be able to find his Desert Big here soon.
Oh yeah, Red Kitsune has regular Dark World access now with that mitts.
Oh yeah, that is convenient as well.
It's really nice here because he's gonna get he can just commit to doing the Skullwoods with the bad layout, mirror, check pad, and then walk back into the Dark World.
Yeah, the bot commands are out of date. Those are from yesterday's game between these two runners, so
They get 2 out of the 4 people correct, just not all the right spots. We got Star and Madcap still on there.
the rest is wrong. Madcap is on tracking, I am still on comms, the rest is not it.
We'll see if Red Kitsune may want to go, because like the Dark World access via Bumper Cave versus via the normal spot, it's not that much of a time loss, and he'll have magic now, and he can do the check. Oh, he's not going to get the full magic though.
These are all uploaded to YouTube eventually, it just takes a little bit of time. McGee.
And I have a bit of a hot take about how to do these Skullwood entrances if you're committed to doing the bad Skullwoods layout. If I had gotten dropped by that Wallmaster, I'd just walk out and then go into a drop down, because then either way, you're either going to get the one drop down you don't like, or you're going to get the drop down you do like, and then you'll know if it's bad Skullwoods. That's only if you're going to commit to doing it like they're doing here.
Yeah.
And now Alkaline Ace has his big key to Desert, which that gives the mitts. We'll see when he gets over there. The fact that he didn't take the Hyrule Castle connector makes me think he's not going right over there.
Yeah,
he's going to go to Thieves Town.
That makes a lot of sense as well. Has the big key...
Yeah, so he's going to leave behind the small key, but the blind cell is in logic, and Alkaline Ace is really low on stuff.
Yeah, there's multiple checks in the back of Thieves. This is a pretty solid play, I think, from his perspective, just for sheer density.
Well, it's just that there's only one in logic, so that's a bit of the scary part. And Red Kitsune getting taken away, but I mean, it's just a small key, so he has 3 already. He doesn't even need to go get that one.
Mm.
If you're used to playing the Shop Sandy cross keys, then this is not always an item. Or not always a key, but in the normal cross keys branch, it's still always a key.
Yep.
And yeah, so Alkaline Ace having just Desert Big, Tower of Hera basement, and the blind cell left. The one check in blind cell plus being able to clear dungeon is a attractive option for sure.
Doesn't having the Thieves Small put more in, or am I screwing logic up somewhere?
It does, but he doesn't. That small he has, he picked up from the pot.
Gotcha.
Or no, maybe he does have.
No, he does. It's Hookshot Cave.
I was like, then we're good. Yeah, it puts more in logic then. It's just you have no hammer. Yeah, so you just leave behind the big chest and more is in logic. So yeah, this even makes more sense then.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, I'm pretty sure we have the Thieves Small, considering I wrote it down on my sheet.
No, I just forget to check the trackers. Trackers even have it for me.
Yep, it's alright, it happens.
I
Compass
just
the
assume
desert.
you never get the Thieves Town small and cross keys until it's in the climb every time.
Fair. I mean, now in this case, it happened to be sitting in Hookshot Cave, and that was done quite a while ago.
All right, now let's see how Red Kitsune, if he wants to go back for that Cane of Samare check. Normally I wouldn't, but the fact that the Dark World access is not much quicker, depending on what you're trying to do in the Dark World, it could be tempting.
Yeah.
But nope, looks like he's gonna go. This means he's probably gonna want to do Village of Outcasts instead of going east to like Dark Shopping Mall to finish out that one entrance and get the Graveyard Ledge.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see, because I forget. So with these being more in logic, it doesn't have to be something in the Meyer area, which was looking quite likely. Now that we have 3 checks over here, it's still decently likely, though.
Oh, that's a red rupee. Blah.
And I wonder, so Alclanace could just jump down here to Hyrule Castle and then use Hyrule Castle to get to Desert, and then get the Titan's Mitts.
Yep.
There's
Speaking of Hyrule Castle, that's Red Kitsune's logic.
Yeah, so I'm actually a bit worried for Red Kitsune. If he gets to doing Graveyard Ledge for Flute or going back for Hyrule Castle, it might seem okay to go back for Zelda Cell, even though that's a terrible check.
I mean, if he's in the area, you might want to do it just so you don't really orphan it.
Yeah.
Because we've all been there with orphans, where you just, for whichever reason, are not able to do a check at the time when you first went past it, and then just forget all about it, and then it's your go mode last location. First dungeon beat of the match here, an hour 20 in for Elka. Nothing much on blind, I don't think.
Nope. I think it was a Herpes.
Yeah, figures.
Cane of Samaria helping out a little bit to close out that fight.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Alclanace is definitely thinking, because when you get down to just 2 in logic checks, you got to be thinking, okay, where am I going and how?
Yep, where am I going and how am I getting there?
Because he's got Desert Big Chest and Tower of Her Basement.
Both of which suck as far as options go.
And he might also be thinking, okay, what's in logic? Because he did get the lamp in Ice Palace, and he has no hammer. You got to think, okay, was the lamp chest? I got an Ice Palace. Is that in logic with the loadout I have? The answer is yes, because he has. I don't know the key, if that's in logic or not. I'm not 100% sure, but I know with Hookshot, it is in logic.
Just a hurt piece off Smiths.
All right, let's see where Alclanace, upon deliberating, is going to head off to. All right, he's going to Desert, so
okay, that's
probably
good.
at least. Oh no, he's going to go to Aga Tower, because if he was going to go to Desert, he probably would have jumped down. But this will be a good route for him because he still has Aga Tower, and then he can jump down to Desert. Aga Tower being on top of Dark Death Mountain on the east side.
Yep.
And then he'll probably, as long as he remembers about jumping down a desert, he'll get the mitts, and then probably we'll check Meyer before doing the Tower of Her Basement.
Now, Red Kitsune taking this connector, which I remember, yep, dead end.
Yeah, he's thinking if there's anything over here that he wants to go do or not, because there could be, but I don't think there is in his case.
I don't think so.
Alclanace, you gotta use Bombos here. Bombos is slow, but it's faster than Fire Sword.
Yeah, these spin attacks take ages.
Because the spins don't do any extra damage with Fighter Sword there. If those had been Master Sword spins, it probably is faster than Bombos, but Fighter Sword, no.
Yeah, well, it does get through without dying, though, and it's gonna head on up.
Get the $300 here.
Yep.
All right, so Red Kitsune looks like he's gonna walk past Bumper Cave. He's not gonna do the I thought when he walked down like that, he was going to go to Bumper Cave for the 1 check and Turtle Rock, but nope. All right, and now Altalanius is going to get his mitts here, which will be pretty good for him. Or maybe he's going to go through the right side. Oh, locked out.
Yep.
So I said spins do more damage against some enemies, but there are a lot of light world enemies whose damage table Master Sword and Fighter Sword do the same. So Land Mollusk, Armos Knights, the Moldorm, Ball and Chain Guards, Mimics, Igors, they take the same Master Sword and Fighter Sword damage, so spins do no damage more. But then bosses like Argus Puffs and Vitreous, they take Master Sword damage from spins. And also a lot of Dark World enemies like those Moblins. Alright, so Alclanaze, I think this is pretty clean. Yeah, you just go over to Meyer. It's probably going to be, hopefully it's one of Quaker Bombos, so you can just clear out all the entrances over here.
Yeah.
These runners are still pretty low on health considering how much they've cleared. And this, unfortunately, the Alclanace did the thing where you perfectly show the smallest number of pixels.
And here's Pod.
Yeah, here's my prediction from 20 minutes ago. Pod is in fact in the Meyer area.
Yeah, we can do a decent amount at the front in Logic with 3 keys.
Yeah, so if there's just one small key in Tower of Hero Basement or in one of the other Meyer entrances, and this would put a lot in Logic and Pod, we do have at least a few.
Bow, and it's decided I'm gonna go see if there's a bow or something in the rest of this area before I could keep going.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense from Alclanace's perspective. You're going to clear these entrances anyway. You're not going to get go mode in Pod. So just do the quick one and then check these entrances and come back to Pod, because there could be a small key here which would change how you approach Pod, because you'll have an extra small to work with. You'll know there's more in Logic.
Yeah.
And you could find a bow or something. He does have a potion, so I don't think he's going to be too concerned about the glitch. And there's the hammer.
Speaking of.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything for him in Pod actually right now. It does actually make louding a little bit easier though, so that's nice.
Also his full regular Dark World access now between Hammer and Mitts.
And he gets to worry about the Thieves' Town Big Chest the whole rest of the seed, because this was in Logic at the same time.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
It's hard to go through cross keys without orphaning any checks and still having a good route. So you just have to, if you're playing cross keys, you have to be okay with orphaning checks from time to time.
Yeah. Nothing in Meyer Shed right. Dark Agena was useless too.
Meyer Shed was, yeah, the right side of that. The Dark Agena is the library with a key, though. I don't think that's useless. I mean, maybe...
Oh, okay, that was a key. Sorry.
It's not one of our favorite small keys. And there's Meyer, which is also fully clearable.
Yeah. And that's exactly what Elka is going to go do.
Okay, so though I would do Pod first here, because I mean, I guess maybe this is full clearable, so it makes sense to do this first because you can find a bow. But yeah, I don't want to do Fighter Sword Vitreous. I'm too scared. I'll suboptimally route to avoid it.
Yeah, Elka is okay with Fighter Sword Vitreous, I guess, so he's going to just do that.
He does have some blue potions, and I guess the Cane of Burn, the Cape helps.
Yeah, the Cape helps.
Cape and half magic, I guess it's not as bad as it could be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that small key in the library is interesting. We've got at least one of most keys. We are missing the Desert Small, which might be interesting. We are missing multiple Pod keys. We're missing a couple Ice Palace keys that we don't care about. Missing a couple Meyer keys that they really don't care about. TR keys.
Yeah, basically how I would approach that key is if I start... I still don't have the Desert Small when I have the boots. I might think of it as the Desert Small, but then otherwise I'm just going to add, once I find the boots, I'm just going to basically add one key to all of my dungeons when I'm considering Logic. So if I have 2 GT Smalls, I'll consider that Armos Knights might be in Logic, because that could be the Ganon's Tower Small, because we already have, the Desert Small is like the best Small still out there, and then the Pod Smalls are basically all fetch quests.
Yeah, basically, you can do most of Pod with 3 keys.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Red Kitsune now definitely needs to get that flute, as I mentioned earlier, and that's a bit unfortunate for him, just because of the way that he routed the Dark World. He's got Graveyard Ledge basically by itself. He could combo it in with Catfish, but it's not going to be fun.
No, unfortunately. Cutscene chest here for Elka. But yeah, that's really unfortunate. Here's a fire rod. That's really nice.
Ice rod.
It doesn't. No, sorry, ice for some reason. This goes two up. So try next might eventually be a thing. That reminds me though, we're missing. There's a. Speaking of torches and desert, is a big key on the desert torch. It is 50% of being useful. We are missing the Eastern, Hera, Skullwoods, and TR keys. Hera and Skullwoods of limited use, Eastern and TR of pretty good use.
Yeah, it's definitely a 50-50.
Yeah, that's something to keep in mind, as we probably want those boots eventually.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good sign for the runners if they want the boots. It's been an hour and a half and they still haven't gotten them.
Yeah, so there's a good chance that the boots are available somewhere between the small key and the big key. At least one of those keys is probably logically required somewhere, right?
Yeah. I find that a lot of times when you get the hook shot early, the boots don't show up quite as early because Meyer becomes available. That's a bit unfortunate there for Alka and Asa walking off there.
Yeah.
You have to go through here. Because the boots really, today they lock 2 keys, but they often will just lock a couple of torches in the library and then some entrances, but sometimes they lock Misery Mire access, which is a lot. That's 8 checks.
Yeah, I'm thinking about things as we see that the Mire map chest is boots!
Nice, there we are.
Speaking of the boots, we are good also for entrances because we are still missing Desert back, Skullwoods back, the dam is missing as well.
Yeah.
We need those things.
Yeah, Skullwoods is a pendant, so that could be a bunch of places. Desert's also a pendant, so those guys could be hiding. We could have one of them in Ganon's tower.
Yeah, that's true, but we do want the dam for Swamp.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have seen Swamp itself, but we don't have the dam. So that's something to keep in mind, is that could be a bit of a problem for our runners as far as entrances go.
We're down to not very many good entrances left. I was thinking, okay, what entrances in general do we have left? Because
TR main is missing. We have access to it with Bombo, Smits, and Hammer.
Yeah, I thought that might be where Red Kitsune was going when he went up to where he did, but he was going to Thieves Town.
I've got TR main, the boots locked entrances.
Okay, yeah, boots locked entrances are the big ones too. Because we still need to find. We need to find the ferry ascension connector to get to the Turtle Rock.
TR bridge. That's 3 entrances. Yeah, so ferry ascension connector to get to TR bridge, which would then be 2 more entrances. We've got let's see, the 2 bonk rocks by Link's house, the regular bonk rocks by Sank. King's Tomb is another one.
And then we've got, as far as entrances we need to find, we got those dungeons, like, they can't both be in GT, they could have one in the pyramid or something, but we need the dam and also that ferry connector to show up somewhere. So there's not very many entrances left, but all of them are guaranteed to be something interesting. Well, not all
pretty
of them,
much.
most of them.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen Hype Cave either, so there's a lot of good entrances out there.
I forget we haven't seen Hype Cave, yeah, so I hope Elka goes to check up the boots locked entrances after this, because that's looking like a really good idea right now.
And meanwhile, on Elka's side, this is definitely not an easy fight. It is a bit easier with the blue potion and the cape, so he can burn through his bombs. Doesn't look like he wants to use the cape here. I guess damage boost build character, so maybe he wants to save it.
Yeah. Boots the only thing. Boots and Ice Rod, the 2 items that we found that were of interest in Meyer.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy with that pull. Because now you can get that small key from the Zero Rock library and it's going to be pod small, and then you get more, you put all the back of pod in logic. Well, not all back, but the non-6 key lock back.
A 4th pod key would be fantastic also, because you don't have to leave something behind at that point.
Yeah, and normally I would expect to see the middle door still open though, just because it's so slow to do the 4 key full clear pod.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a bow yet, so you can't even do a full clear. But maybe there's a bow in pod.
This wouldn't be a first. Biddy is slow!
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised he didn't pull out the cape at all. I guess he just wants to show off his fire sword Vitreous skills. Doing a really good job at this fight, though. This is not an easy fight, and Alclone still hasn't gotten hit.
Yeah.
It's better than Hammer, I think. It's slower than Hammer, but it's much safer. But I definitely put it on a clinic here on how to just be patient and get all these spins.
Yeah. Stay to the edge of the room so you don't get hit by the lightning. And there we go.
Then you gotta just make sure you don't get pinned by the eyes. But yeah, really nice. And can hammer hit off the big guy.
Yep. I think Purple Chest is new for Red Kitsune.
Yes, we have not seen that yet. Because he's running real low on stuff. Like I said, he gets to, once he didn't do Graveyard Ledge, you're just kind of gonna get to bad stuff. And you might even consider doing Hair Basement and Hair Pot before. Because like you get a one check with
Yeah.
With also being able to clear the boss out of logic. But yeah, that was a good fight there by Alclone. Just not even getting hit. It took a long time, but that's just what happens when you have to be Vitreous with the Fighter Sword. Showing off why he came over here before Pod, and I think it could also pay off, though he's going to leave. Oh, that's an interesting
leave. Interesting. Going to skip out on that key. Where is he? Okay, Ice Palace entrance next. And I was like, where is that?
Like, I can actually understand not doing Pod, okay? Because he's going to have to find entrances anyway. And we just mentioned how there's so many good ones out there, so I can understand the entrance hunt. I just don't understand not getting the key. Because, like, what if you find somewhere that you want to have a key for? I guess the fact that the best key is Desert, and Desert, you're not going to need that key because we already know where the Desert entrances are, but I still would pick up the key.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna sprint down. This is going to be the pair of Bonk Rocks, it looks like, by Link's house, I'd guess.
Yep, and the Dark Links one. And we are going to see Tower of Hair Basement plus probably a Hair Pot here by Red Kitsune.
I said pair of Bonk Rocks, light and dark.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Okay.
Turtle Rock map. I think that actually Alclone declined that map.
Yeah, he did. Alright, Dark Bonk Rocks by Link's house is Pyramid Fairy, giving us a compass to Thieves and a compass to Skull Woods. Thanks! There's another. Okay, that's the pod key.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the lower tier entrances, I would say, that we could find, because it's got 2 items. We got a 1-item Desert Palace back, but we don't have small key.
And Hype Cave is at the Light World Bonk Rocks. He'll take that. Let's see if this is any use.
Oh, bombs. He used all his bombs on
Oh, god, that feels bad.
Yeah, nice they were good on the Vitreous fight. I don't think it was the wrong call, so but he just got
no, I wholeheartedly agree that bombing Vinny was a good idea. It just feels bad.
Yeah, Upgrade Fairy has been pretty active too. That's going to be in one of those entrances. Because I do love finding Upgrade Fairy before doing those really bad Vitreous fights.
Yep, and good memory here, or good notes from Alka to get to this shop.
Yeah, this was me. I don't always mark down my shops. I knew that there was one in one of these 3 entrances, but I didn't know which one.
Yeah. Minor time loss on that Bonk Rocks, but that's understandable.
Yeah, I may have just farmed the one under the bushes because you just need the 1 bomb, but it's definitely understandable if you don't want to risk it.
What is Elka's fastest way to the Bonk Rocks by Sank? Save quit to Old Man?
Probably. Yeah, probably. Also, you could have talked to the dude and tried to get the bomb.
And a small key to pod.
Okay.
And a GT small. Okay, you'll take that.
Yeah, because, okay, I think you go back to pod here, because sometimes when you have the dungeon hunt, if either Desert or Skullwoods were a crystal, right, then you can still check your entrances. But since they're both pendants, we might need to find them.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's going to do the other 2 entrances, though, too, because they're just quick.
Oh yeah, this is a pretty quick way to that.
So now he can full clear pod if he wants to do the 4-key full clear, or he can get the almost, like, it's not as likely to be a pod small now that he has 4, but there could be a pod small and pod as well.
Yeah, it's something of a classic pod key in pod.
And we do see the Harapot from Red Kitsune. We'll see, I didn't think there was anything in that small chest, but we'll see if the boss has anything.
Small chest was nothing, yeah. Alright, Bonk Rocks by Sank is the back of desert. Alka takes a look and is like, maybe not. Hey Days, it's been a bit of a lousy seed for hearts.
Yeah, it's insane that they have so few hearts still. I noted that like a half hour ago that they were still low on hearts, and they are still low on hearts.
Yeah, they are. They at least have red mail and blue mail. I thought actually Alka, I think a shot Alka should have red mail as well at this point.
Alkaline Ace is going over to finish up Ice Palace here.
Makes sense. Yeah, this seed is easy for the trackers. You're not finding a whole lot, and it's slow going on that front.
It's just been hard because these runners, it's hard to look at both the screens. I think it would be easy if there was two trackers, because it's like, it's hard to see both of them. These guys are doing different stuff.
Things, yeah.
Oh, and I guess I thought, for some reason I thought we knew Skull was with a pendant, but I was thinking of Desert and... No, I thought we knew of one of these. No, Desert is the green pendant, okay.
Desert is a green pendant, I don't think we know of the other. Moldorm giving us an Ice Palace key that we really don't care for.
Yeah, because we found, there was one that we have the map for that we saw in Dungeon, and then we have the one from Saha, and I guess they were the same.
Alright, TR entrance. Last Krosky seed I commented had either be miserable last location for this.
Skullwood's back, let's go. Nope.
That's even worse.
Could be in GT if it's a pendant, but it also could be the pyramid entrance, which Alkaline Ace will be able to do once he beats Ice Palace and Tower of Heron.
Oh my... Red Kitsune still does not have flute. That is in Swirl Cave, which you need to go to Graveyard Ledge for. He might be going in that direction now, actually, but that's been pretty miserably orphaned.
Oh, yeah, him not hookshotting there is going to be tragic for him, because if you're going to do it, you probably do it first, because you're going to do Catfish. He could do it after Dark Shopping Mall, but he only has one entrance in Dark Shopping Mall.
Yeah, we have no idea what's in the Harabig chest. We don't have the Harabiki.
Oh, interesting. Alkaline Ace is not going to clear out Ice Palace. I guess we don't know. We do know it's a crystal. I'm surprised.
Because
what if Cold Surge has a small key?
I don't know. I was like, doesn't feel like doing Cold Stare, but if you're doing Fighter Sword Vidi, you're doing Fighter Sword Cold Stare.
He did really good on Fighter Sword Vidi, so...
Like, if you do one, you're doing the other. Like, they're not that horrendously different.
Also I'm wondering if he forgot about that library key, because I think you definitely do that before you go into pod.
I think you do, in case it is that pod key.
Now that you have 4, like, if he didn't find the 4th one, then if you have 3 pod smalls and there's an available small key, it feels like it's going to be the pod small just to put more logic, but now that he has 4, I'm not as convinced that it's the pod small.
Yeah, so cross keys, by the way, is crossword entrance red shuffle key sanity. Key sanity means that the maps, compasses, small keys, and big keys are all shuffled anywhere in the overworld. Crossworld entrance shuffle means it's full entrance rando, as Red Kitsune finally gets his GT big key off Catfish. And so connectors such as, I don't know, the 3 entrances of Paradox, for instance, or the 3 entrances to Hyrule Castle can link you from Light World to Dark World and vice versa.
And we find out the Dark World map is in pod, and it's a pendant in pod. So we'll see how Alkaline Ace decides to use his keys here.
We are getting close to reward mode. Do we know our 3rd pendant yet?
No. Well, I guess, now we do have Skullwood's marked as a pendant. I don't know if it actually is, but...
That's the thing, is I don't remember either.
Oh,
Fire Rod!
So that pendant, that map was actually really big, because I don't think Alkaline Ace checks that if he doesn't know it's a pendant.
Yeah. But knowing that it's a pendant, you'll take the risk of opening the big key chests. Otherwise, you might want to save the key.
That was a really good map, and Alkaline Ace is going to he's staying in logic very hard here, not going to do any of the back. Well, except he broke logic for the fire rod, and he's like, that's enough for me, I'm going to leave.
Yeah. And oh yeah, we did know Skull was a pendant because of there was a P in there, right? I remember vaguely.
I saw one P that wasn't the green pendant. I made a big deal out of it, but I also could have made a big deal not realizing that it was the green pendant.
Yeah, no, okay, so that clarifies it. So we do know that Skullwoods, Pod, and Desert are our 3 pendant today.
And she's asking about flute. It is right here. Graveyard Ledge Spiral Cave.
Yep. Hour 43 feels a bit bad for Red Kitsune at this point for that flute.
Yeah, I think Red Kitsune was had a chance to get right back in it with when he got that Moon Pearl, because if he would have went right to Graveyard Ledge, but there's obviously no way you could know that. He kind of last located both the Moon Pearl and the flute, so that's why Alclanace has a bit of a lead here.
Yeah, Elka's had that flute for, what, an hour and something by now?
Yeah, and he also didn't even last locate the Moon Pearl. He got to it decently quickly for given where it is.
Yeah, like it was in Elka's early game.
Vanilla back of Skullwoods, nice.
Well, that's not entirely surprising since we are running out of entrances. Where is that dam?
The dam is probably in the pyramid, honestly. In fact, it has to be in the pyramid, right? Because it can't be in GT, Swamps of Crystal, and I don't think there's any other entrances.
Lovely!
Which means Tower of Hera Big Key is going to show up at some point.
It's probably the Desert
dam.
Torch.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah.
Because something has to be on the torch.
Oh, I wonder if Alclanace was looking for the Desert Small to steal before going to get that torch, because he is hunting the entrances fairly aggressively, given that he knows that there's pendants out there, but he does still need the dam.
Yeah, he has seen Desert Back. That was one of the boots locked entrances, I think. So he didn't steal the key then. He was like, nope.
Yeah, I would be really tempted to steal the key. It is a 2 for 2 today because it's got the green pendant.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
Yeah, maybe I'd be definitely tempted to do either one, either kill or steal. Kill the boss or steal the key.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't save scum it, but I would be tempted to use it.
Yeah. And here's Red Kitsune in the Meyer area now. Seeing Todd is going to check the other entrances as well. Makes sense.
Alright, so I think we'll see Tower of Hera here, and also GT probably as well.
And this makes a lot of sense at this point for us guys. Red Kitsune sees Meyer and is like, yeah, no right now.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do Tower of Hera because it's a red crystal, and he's fine doing it out of logic because the dam is probably it has to be in the pyramid, right? So he can get both the red crystals if he does Tower of Hera now.
Yeah.
Bomb Shop is over at the Lift Up the Rock entrance north of Sanctuary by the Lumberjack House. Death Mount Ascent, that's what you call it.
Yeah, that.
We'll see if Alclanace goes into the basement or not here. Looks like he got
so
that.
just for the check.
So Alclanace is going for the Philly pot setup, which you can often do bufferless if you place the bomb correctly. It's just he was a little bit too far. It's quite generous, but I don't know. I think he might have missed the pixel that time.
Yeah.
All right, this looks good. No, he's still not getting it.
We do have 3 GT keys, so that is an idea.
Where's the third one? I only see 2 on the track.
Hype Cave was by Hype Cave was one of the GT keys. Hype Cave had we know of 3 GT keys. We have 2. That's my goof. Thank you.
Yeah. So GT,
the third one's
interestingly
unpatched.
today, let's see what our pendant layout is, because GT. Okay, our pedestal is actually pretty close to in logic, so we don't have to consider. We're a 2 pod smalls and a desert small out of the pedestal being logic, because we have to consider that the Brando room is not in logic because the pedestal GT small. So I was thinking, okay, if like we're looking for some big keys, I guess big keys can be anywhere, but what I'm saying is that they might not be as good in GT as it normally is.
Yeah. Ooh, Trolldorm being a troll.
We'll see how. So I think Red Kitsune is making the sort of decision I make, where you don't want to do Fire Sword Vitreous, so spend a little bit of time in pod, since you're probably going to clear out a decent amount anyway.
Yeah.
They do have to get another sword or some hearts at some point.
Well, you do need at least 2 sword cannons. They'll eventually need a second one. big contrast from the last cross keys I see. I commentated one runner had butter sword at 23 minutes. It was so ridiculous.
Yeah, it's funny how cross keys sense it's gonna be like that.
Yep, but no, this seat is being really stingy.
Yeah, it's amazing to be 7 hearts, an hour and 50 minutes in, and it's not like one runner is at 7 and the other's at 15. They're both at 7.
There's a shovel in the patio room. That's a new check. That not one you want to do, but that is a new check. And that is in with 4 keys.
Upward. So the 4 key stuff with Alpha and Ace made the right call skipping, and we'll see if maybe the 6 key is a little more interesting. We already know there's something interesting behind 6 small keys, so there's not gonna. Those small keys are gonna have to show up. With Pod being a pendant, they didn't have to show up early, but they will have to show up at some point.
Yeah.
And we know that there can't be a Pod small in the Moldorm chest because of the pedestal GT small, but there could still be one in the climb.
Dark Magician is not being seen either.
Yeah,
we don't have a hammer yet. Oh, they didn't have a hammer for ages, yeah.
GT has the big chest and Ice Armos and the fire snake room in Logic.
Yeah.
But a lot of other stuff out of Logic that can be done, and since we're looking mainly for big keys, it's definitely fine to do them out of Logic.
For sure.
Though with looking for big keys, I feel like you should probably get the desert one at some point, because the one that's in desert, because that could be like, if that's the eastern one, then do we even need the Turtle Rock one too still?
Yeah, we need eastern and TR. So it's a 50% chance of that key being one of those two, because we're missing eastern, TR, also Hera and Skullwoods. Hera and Skullwoods only required if those big chests have required items.
Yeah, that Skullwood's big chest would be pretty bad to get back to. Ooh, there's a big key. Oh, Turtle Rock. Okay, so yeah.
That's good for Red Kitsune, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know when Alkaline Ace will get back here. Probably will wait for the pod smalls, but there could be one in the climb.
Yeah. We'll have to see, because that is a bit of an annoying spot. So that's a 1 in 3 that Desert Torch is the eastern big then.
Sword too.
Ooh, that's really nice.
Yeah, definitely will feel good about getting that sword before doing Victories. Master Sword versus Fighter Sword is a big deal. Master Sword with the cape isn't even that bad.
Yeah, that's gonna help a lot. I understand why Elka bailed out, since it is a pendant. Oh, speaking of swords, there's another one on the GT right side.
Yeah, with the only 3 keys and it being a pendant, I definitely understand. And getting the fire out already out of Logic. I get it. I get why he did it. I was a bit surprised why he didn't get the key from Library, but otherwise I totally get the bailing from Pod.
Yeah.
But importantly, who knows when Red Kitsune will get that fire rod, because he didn't decide to do it.
Yeah,
so he didn't do the Bolak side, yeah, because like you definitely never do big key chests there if you don't know it's a pendant. But Alkaline Ace getting that map, that immediately changed his mind, and he was able to do it.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fun for... Because Red Kitsune doesn't have the bow yet, that's in Hype Cave, locked behind the boots, which are...
Right here.
Yep.
And also, another thing Red Kitsune did not have is a potion, which Alkaline Ace was able to get from the fairies, so Red Kitsune maybe not wanting to invest the time or doesn't know Mimic Clip, and so totally understandable to not do that without having the potion.
Oh, for sure.
GT's coming up pretty empty so far. I'm not surprised to see the 4 GT small key there thing locked, or not having anything.
Yeah, with it being on ped, there's not a lot that can be there.
Well, I mean, the big keys can always be anywhere, because big keys, they're wild like that, but it's just less likely.
Yep.
So I think that big key on the Desert Torch is the Tower of Hera big key, because I think Swamp has progression. So if we need the Tower of Hera big key to get into Swamp, because we know that Pyramid has the dam, so I think that's one on the Torch is going to be the Tower of Hera one.
I think there's a very good chance at this point, yeah, as we get the map to Eastern. Thanks.
We're just a little, like, even if the progression in Skull Woods is just some silly key, like, we're a couple of keys away from some stuff. Like, there could just be a single pod key in Swamp Palace, for instance.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Swamp has a lot of checks, to be fair.
Yeah, there's got to be at least one logical small key in there, I would say.
Small key to Meyer in Random Room is last.
Yeah, the 3 small key locked part of Meyer was not interesting. Meyer was only interesting for Vitreous, which has the crystalline, was in logic for, I don't know, an hour and a half now, and then we have the map chest for the boots.
Yeah. Yeah, the runners both do now have Master Sword for Ganon. Master Sword Silver Lusted would be unfun, but we'll see how that ends up going. GTU Big Chest now has a heart piece.
Hey, we're starting to get to decent heart levels now.
Yeah, after, almost 2 hours?
Yeah, 2 hours in and you're still no silvers, not Master Sword, barely any hearts.
2 hours you just got, they just got Master Sword 2 for both sides.
Yeah.
It's been not great for that. At least they had Cape and Burna early.
And there's a decent chance that, depending on where the Eastern Big Key is, there's a decent chance Alclanace does not get that sword in pod.
Yeah.
If the Turtle Rock Big Key is his go mode.
Yeah, because if he hammer jumps over, for instance. Bottle! Small key to Meyer, and 10 arrows. Well, that was a bust.
Yeah, nothing in GT. We know that there's oh no, they don't have 3, they only have 2 keys.
Yeah, we know of 3, we only have 2, is what keeps tripping us both up.
But the climb could still have something in logic.
Yeah.
But not want to do that now. Especially now, like, you already know that there's nothing behind GT today, because we already did Back Escape. Oh, Mimic Cave, that's something that I always totally forget about, and until way late, and it's just a blue rupee.
And speaking of that, that reminded me that Spike Cave exists. I believe that was either in Cac or the Village, I forget which. That's
Cac. Yeah, that's funny. And whenever those two come in pairs, they're the 2 worst things in cross keys that you can come back and do after getting all your items.
Yeah, they're the 2 one-check hammer-locked caves that are super easy to forget about the existence of.
And Spike Cave's even worse, because like sometimes you'll even have the hammer, but you don't have a glove, or you don't have an invincibility item.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna see Ice Palace here. Alclanace wants to get that dam opened. So you beat Ice Palace.
This makes a lot of sense. You're also right here on the mountain, might as well just do ice.
Yeah.
Not really a reason not to do ice at this point, really.
No, I was honestly a bit surprised that he didn't do it earlier, because he was right over here, and I forget what he did, Agatower or something, and then didn't do ice.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm misremembering the sequence and he hadn't gotten the hammer yet.
I'm not sure. Kitsune did skip map chest of Meyer, correct? He didn't have a switch flip when he went for big chest, so he needs to get back there, which he is doing now.
Which is good, because that's the chest you want in here.
Yep. There's his boots. Two-hour boots doesn't feel especially good.
Yeah, I mean, so it's interesting because this seed gave them a lot of nice items early, but then it hid some nice entrances pretty late.
Yeah. Yeah, cutscene chest was ice rod, so you would need to do that. Has he got an ice rod, actually? It's not on the tracker.
I think he did. I think he did big chest and then left side.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Not really a great reason to skip cutscene chest here.
No, not really. I think you're still missing too much for it.
And he just doesn't have very much left in logic. We're closing in on the last location before those boots came up.
Yeah. Yeah, we're now in the stage of the cross key seed where you're most of the way, where you know most of your entrances and you have most of your items and you're just clearing dungeons as you look for your last few things.
Yeah, and it's never fun when it's big keys that you're looking for because those are just, they're like ice rods.
Pretty much.
But I think that for Alclanace, it's pretty clear. You just beat ice, and then I'm a bit, maybe he'll get the desert small, the other big hero. Maybe I'm definitely a forget about things on the torch there, so maybe he forgets about it in its Tower of Hera.
Yeah. Yeah, Red Kitsune has beaten Hera.
Because I really think that that's Tower of Hera, just because we've seen so much of the game. Like, yeah, maybe the Tower of Hera big key is in Thieves Town Big Chest or something, but we already know there's a big key, and we know we need to get the Tower of Hera big key to put Swamp Palace available. Swamp Palace probably has a pod smaller, GT small.
Vinny, a whole lot nicer with Master Sword. Just gonna slash away and use a cape.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Alkaline Ace's fight was nice just to see it not getting hit in that Fire Sword fight, but it's nice to see Vitreous actually die quickly here.
Well, quickly.
Yeah, he does localize quickly. It still takes a while to look at the big one.
There we go.
So for Cold Stare, actually, Alkaline Ace did a great job with the splash damage there, but I like to do the left. I feel the left side is easier to get splash damage if you have Master Sword. So I tend to lock him in the left side when you're doing fire rod shots.
Just the red meringue, but that is another crystal for crystal number 4. Also
Yeah, that's a good fight there. Got some nice splash damage at the top there.
Yeah, that was a really nice Cold Stare fight.
Oh, let's see what this key is. See if it is in fact a pot small. Yeah,
Yep.
not surprising. It was a little less surprising than they found that 4th one, but if they had stayed on 3, it's basically guaranteed. But with the 5th one there, we know that Fire Rod has to come up, and also the Turtle Rock Big needs to come up at some point too.
We saw the TR. Yeah, the TR Big needs to get put in logic. Yeah.
And then Red Kitsune not going to take that into pod, which is totally understandable because he's only on 4 keys. But once he goes to, I think it was Hype Cave that had the 5th one.
Yeah, it is.
Fire Rod is in Vanilla Big Key Chest of Palace of Darkness. Alright,
Yeah,
Tower
which
Hero
is-
Big Key.
Yep.
Yeah.
So our go mode list is at this point the Eastern Big Key is our go mode.
Yep. Oh, well, no mode because
Yeah.
I think Red Kitsune still needs the bow and the Fire Rod, and Alkaline Ace just needs the big keys.
Yep.
Red Kitsune will certainly get that bow because he's going to go on the entrance hunt. I definitely agree with doing Ice Palace here because the Ice Palace does not get much faster when you've already cleared out all the things but the 2 chests on the way.
Yep.
Well, I guess it's 1 chest on the way. And here he's going to get the bomb shop. Alkaline Ace will get to go open up that dam in the pyramid.
Yep.
I don't think this is a hard flute required one, but it's definitely a very good to have flute one. Otherwise, you have to walk very far with this bomb.
Yeah, the bomb shop is not in the best of locations today.
You love when it's just in the ferry entrance outside of Pod, or it's in the front of Hyrule Castle. I think it's funny how frequently the bomb ends up being required in crosses. It doesn't feel like it should, but it frequently locks your last dungeon.
Yeah, there's always something. Last Krowski seat I commentated had both runners miserable hard last location either to get into the TR entrance for their pod. That was a fun time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the cross keys. A lot of cross key seeds just have a really kind of miserable last dungeon entrance hunt.
Yeah. Hey,
Ooh,
Silvers! He'll take that, especially since only has Master Sword.
Yeah, definitely, because there's a good chance Alkaline Ace never gets Tempered Sword, because we already know where that is. If he finds like Eastern Palace Big Key in Swamp Palace, then I don't think he's getting that sword.
No, because you're gonna hammer jump over probably before you do the U room. Now it's just a matter of where is the Eastern Big Key gone off to.
And we're going to see the 2-hour in harp container pickup because you're still only on 9.
Right?
That's actually a really convenient Swamp Pals, because you definitely want to check the dam item first, because if you get a Go Mode item there, that's really good.
Yep. Alright, first chest of Swamp is the last, third TR key.
And then Red Kitsune not having the Fire Rod here is going to have a significantly more difficult Cold Steer fight, but doing a decent job so far. There's the Eastern Big.
Alright!
So we got
That's
no
our
mode.
no mode.
I don't know how quickly Alclanace will get back to Palace of Darkness. Probably depends on the keys that he gets.
Yeah.
The GT small key being on the pedestal is decent, but I guess the fact that he's already cleared out the basement, it would be like, you're not gonna, I don't think he gets tempted into the climb before pod here.
I don't think so.
He doesn't have that much left though, so I think he'll get to pod relatively quickly. You beat Eastern first, and then he'll definitely do it before doing something like going back for big chests and thieves down or Tower Figure.
Yeah, those really isolated one-offs, not really a great idea.
He will full clear Swamp, whereas Red Kitsune, should he get this far, would definitely, that Eastern Palace Big Key will certainly be his go mode. Or actually not that, Fire Rod could still be, yeah.
Elka is missing the Turtle Rock Big Key from the Pod Big Chest.
Yeah, because Alclanace, when he went to Pod, he had 3 small keys, so he noped out after doing the Vanilla Big Key chest. Because he knew it was a pendant.
Swamp Big, just 10 arrows. Spike Cave has her Mirror Shield.
Though the thing is, the thing that could keep him away from Pod longer is that the other small key that we know about, the 5th one, it's on the library. But I guess with having, if he had 3, it would be a bigger deal. Since he has 4, he knows that there's at least some checks and logic there.
Yeah.
Gonna skip left side here, perfectly reasonable when you're 1 item from go mode.
If it's in the back, you just skip left side completely. You might go back in after for those left side checks so he doesn't orphan them.
Chat asking about pod entrance. Alclanace is going to get baited here by that bait big key, but the pod entrance is in Mire Shed.
Oh yeah, Skullwood's big in the back of... There's the Desert Small, the TR big.
And also, so if Alclanace remembers, there's a small key to pod right next to pod in the Dark Sashral has library with a key in it, and it's the pod key. So
you mean Dark Agina? But yes.
Yeah, Dark Agina. I don't know what I said. Dark Saha, maybe. We got a nice Master Sword. Alclanace doing a good job getting the double puff, double spin, or single spin here. And where is Red Kitsune going now? Oh, he's gonna do boots checks, probably.
Art piece off of Argus and another crystal.
Yep, so now I think Alclanace, I mean, you could go to pod first because the swamp's so easy to get back to, but we'd probably go back in for left side.
Nope, it's gonna just scoot away.
Yeah, because I think, so the fact that he left so many items in pod does make it more appealing. What else does he have up on the mountain?
Same here!
Got something he wants.
Yeah, there is something.
Eastern, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
I'm looking at my tracker trying to figure out what's over here. Yeah, you clear Eastern first. Because yeah, with left, so if Swamp had been somewhere really annoying like Mimic Cave, you probably go back in for left side there. But since it's so easy to get back to, it's easy to just leave and come back.
Yeah, those left side checks are just so slow.
And we've already dipped Eastern the seed because this is not a good location to get back to, and when they found it. So we just have the big chest and the boss. I guess you're hoping that you get the big key. You're not expecting to, but it's always nice if you do.
Mm.
And we'll see if Red Kitsune doesn't look like he wanted to do back of Skull was out of logic, which is totally understandable. Alkaline Ace also declined to do that, even though he had the Fire Rod, but his Fire Rod was out of logic. Definitely understandable when you're so close to go out.
Yeah.
What did they last locate? So Moon Pearl was required hookshot through Bumper Cave to get the Turtle Rock entrance on top of Bumper Cave for the Moon Pearl and Laser Bridge. So they both took a long time to get there. And also, it's with where EP is, it was definitely hard to get back to.
Yeah, they did Eastern and Ice because they were there. Hammer was pretty late in the Meyer entrance due to the shenanigans.
And then for Ice Palace, so Red Kitsune also didn't have the Moon Pearl, so for him it was pretty easy call. And then also Alkaline Ace, it was a pretty hard last location on the Titan's Mitts for Meyer area to get the Meyer and Pod entrances. So by the time Alkaline Ace had no hammer, he needed to get the lamp out of Pod, which put the Dark Cross, he put going through Escape, Tobacco Escape and Logic with the small key to get the Desert Big for the Titan's Mitts.
Yep.
So there was a bunch of not very fun. They've like both of these guys, the main difference is on top of those two last locations, Red Kitsune also last located the flute. So that's where, that's the main difference so far.
Well, Red Kitsune last located Moon Pearl and then last located flute. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of black there.
I don't think the Moon Pearl hurt him as much. It only hurt him because he found the Bunny Walk. If he hadn't found the Turtle Rock left Bunny Walk, I think he would have made out okay because they both last located that lamp, or they both close to last located the lamp. So even though Red Kitsune did not last locate the lamp, but Alkaline Ace did. And also Red Kitsune got the mitts a little earlier. So they both had, it's really hard to not last locate something in this seed. It's just that early flute was really big for Alkaline Ace.
Yeah, it's been a cross key seed. It hasn't been like, ridiculously spectacularly mean per se. It's just been cross keys being cross keys as per the usual.
Yeah, and this is an interesting play that I'm sure Alkaline Ace is only making this at least one item from go mode. So normally when you want to do Turtle Rock and cross keys like this, you just beat Trine. Oh no, he doesn't have the Turtle Rock big. Never mind. This makes a lot of sense. I'm thinking he has the big key and then you beat Trine expert. He's looking for Turtle Rock big.
Yeah.
But with this run was so easy to get to from where he was. Very nice use of connectors.
Yeah.
Because he's down, he doesn't have that much left either now. He's got Pod, and he's got some other one-offs.
Yeah.
And yeah, I definitely agree with Jack here that it's going to be a lot easier for Alkaline Ace to go back for a lot of items. He's going back now even, because there's a lot of items. He doesn't have he has the fourth spot. He doesn't have the fifth pot small, so yeah, he's good. He can just full clear everything here.
Yeah, but on the other side, Red Kitsune has done most of Pod and doesn't really feel like going back for that big key chest, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't see where Alkaline Ace picked up all his pod smalls, but since he doesn't have the library one, it must be that all 6 are pretty nicely available, not in like the climb or anything.
Yeah, I think I only have 5 pod keys written down, but I'm gonna just scooped out one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, there was one in Eastern Palace big.
Okay, yeah, that would have been our 6th of them.
All right, so yeah, Alkaline Ace is gonna hammer jump for his go mode. Probably will not get the Tempered Sword in the Dark Maze.
Or maybe he will, actually.
I'd be surprised if he had the 6th pod small, maybe. But if
I know, I mixed up which where. I was thinking New Room, but no, that's the
there's a Tempered Sword here? Okay, so he will get it. He won't get one in the Dark Maze.
Oh wait, no, this is the shovel. I mixed up which item was where in the back.
Yeah, so we didn't see that Harmless Hellway from Red Kitsune, so there's 2 swords in pod. That's crazy.
That's hilarious.
It's like I hear him saying he's not gonna get the Tempered Sword, Chad not realizing that it's in the Dark Maze, thinking, yeah, he's gonna check. He definitely was gonna check Harmless Hellway there.
Yeah. Pod Big is the TR Big.
Oh, I was gonna get both. Nice.
Oh, okay, that works too, I guess.
Doesn't want to think about Pendant Helmet Sword King, and he's not gonna have to worry about it.
Nope.
So if he hadn't done the harmless hallway, this would be huge routing-wise to get that tempered. The gold sword's not going to help him too much. No, we
I
got
guess
try next left.
yeah, it could be worse. I mean, also get to get a nice heart container for the bonus.
Trinex is the main boss you can save time on with the gold sword.
And there we go. That is go mode at 2:13:13.
So here I was thinking that Alclanace was going to be a master sword, but he actually gets gold sword.
I mean, hey, whatever works.
So we just got to go over to Ganon, do Trinex first, and then Trinex is on the bumper cave sequence we mentioned earlier, and then you've got the Ganon in the
Tank.
tank, yeah.
Alright, here's Bowen coming for Red Kitsune. Chat is. We're reading chat, don't worry about that.
Dude, it's hard to follow everything at once. There's so much going on. Because, like, it's hard also in, like, the race like this, because Alcanace is very far ahead right now, so... But you still want to, give Red Kitsune his time right now, because Alcanace is a couple minutes from winning the seed now.
Yeah, we don't want to completely ignore one runner, even if they're unfortunately a bit behind.
Yeah, a bit of an unfortunate seed.
Yeah, it's not that Red Kitsune routed poorly necessarily, just happened to be that his order of checks just did not work as well.
Yeah, it's not easy to get to that graveyard ledge spiral cave, and if you don't do it right away, then you're not going to do it until later, like Red Kitsune did.
Yeah, and that's just how the seed be sometimes. Particularly Cross Keys tends to have a very high amount of variance because of how the mode is.
Yeah, and it's also good. The good news is for us commentators and viewers, there'll be more rando because this will give a game 4.
Yep. Which will be scheduled once they figured out time and a mood for it. There's the last crystal for Elka, and then we'll be done shortly.
Yeah, unfortunately, so you would like to get out. This is one of the seeds where you'd like to get out of the laser bridge entrance, because then you could just get to Ganon quickly. Actually, I don't think you flew here, Alcanace, but we'll see. Because you could have, you could use the portal. I don't know which one's faster. Somebody does, but not me.
You're asking the wrong person here.
It's definitely not a big difference either way, but you could swim down to the portal and then walk over. It would definitely be faster if it was Lumberjack. Alright, Ganon here for Alcanace.
I do not announce for ESA, do you?
I do not.
Okay. And Red Kitsune is doing left side of GT. Makes sense for the density. There's a bunch of checks here.
Yeah, it's interesting how late all the GT small keys were. Like, nothing, it seems, came into logic for these runners.
No, the well was a little bit late. The hammer pegs connector was what got them that one, but Ped is just bad, and Hype Game isn't great either.
I mean, actually, Ped is in logic now. Even what we know, we found the desert small and the pod smalls.
Yes, it is.
And Alkaline is making very quick work of Ganon here with his gold sword. And luckily, got up to 13 hearts, which makes it so you can at least do some damage, some face tank strats here.
Yep.
It wasn't looking like we'd get all the way up to 13 when we were at 1 hour and 40 minutes in.
Yeah, the whole lot turned up very quickly in the last bit of this seed. I think we found several heart containers was a big part of it.
Yeah, they had to be somewhere.
Yeah, they did. Just apparently not available early. They got a lot of rupees early, so they bought quite a few recovery hearts.
Alright, here goes Ganon for Alcanace.
Very nice double to finish out the seed, and gonna take the first win for Reliable Archery Aces in this best of 5 series.
Yep, so get your GGs in chat for Alcanace. Game 4 will have to be scheduled, which if you're not familiar, Game 4 will be just like Game 3, where they've got all those fun modes. They can't choose Ambrosia again, but it'll be up to Blue Balls United to choose that mode.
And there we go. Chi-Chi's finishing with a time of 2:17:43. And understandably, Red Kitsune has decided I quit.
Yeah, when you're looking for big keys and cross keys, a forfeit is completely understandable.
Yeah. We'll see if we can get either of them in for an interview.
Yeah, it looks like Alclanace will be joining us at least.
And
Alright.
so, yeah, GG.
How was that early game for you, Alclanace? Seemed pretty like a slow start for the Skrowski seed with the late Moon Pearl and stuff.
Well, actually, I got the Moon Pearl exactly at the time I wanted it to be, so it was actually perfect.
Yeah, actually. Sorry.
That was the absolute perfect moment. I don't want early Moon Pearl in cross keys because after that it's just casino for finding your stuff. So getting a Moon Pearl in a bad spot, just at the right time, because I was just running out of check at this moment, and bam, Moon Pearl, perfect.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point.
I think I got lucky on 2 points in this seed, like very, very lucky. The first one was I find Spiral Cave, and I'm like, I don't want to do this, I leave, and I'm like, wait, I'm nearly at the end of a chain, and the next thing I do is go back to Sanctuary, so I can just to get fish later. I'll just do it now, because if I don't do it, I'll never do it. And it was the flute, which was hardwired in the seed, so super lucky. And the second luck,
Red Kitsune ended up last locationing that flute, so that was a good choice on your end.
Yeah, that makes sense. And the second one was the Firewall. There was absolutely no way this Firewall was easy for anyone to get, because the first time you go to pod, you have 3 small keys, so there's a high chance you're skipping this chest. So I decided when I went into pod, I did the first chest. Then I decided to leave because I did not have bow, I did not have hammer, and I was like, why would I do this absolutely garbage dungeon right now? I have 4 entrances that I just unlocked with myths on the side. I have Ice Palace entrance. I have Turtle Walk entrance. So if I get hammer soon. So I just leave and come back later if I don't find anything. So next check I get hammer. So good. Then I find Misery Mire, which I did Fighter Sword no bow.
Yeah.
I didn't even take damage. Yeah, I didn't.
That was a good fight.
Yeah, I was very happy about this.
Was there a reason you didn't use the cape at all in that fight?
Because I don't see my hitbox.
Okay.
So if I lose the cape at the exact bad time, I just die.
Okay, understandable.
Yeah. So yeah. Also, I trained this boss a lot, so it's fine.
It definitely showed. It was an impressive fight.
Yeah, that went very well for you.
And hammer is better for the big eye than Fighter Sword. Fighter Sword, you need to charge the spin, and it's slower, so it's just bad. So after Misery Mire, I was like, I still have a lot of things to do, so I just don't have to go to pod yet. So I find Hype Cave, and I realize I have no bombs because I just did Mire.
Yeah, Viddy.
Yeah.
And I get a bow, so I like, good. Now I can go back to pod. So I go back to pod, and I find the pod map, which tells me pod is a pendant. Yay for new letters.
Yeah.
In dungeons, because I would never have checked it if not for that. So it's a pendant, and I'm like, I have 4 pod smalls. It's a pendant, so I will never ever do Elmazor in my life. So I just do pod big chest. I do pod big chest, and it's a fire rod. And I'm like, sure, why not? I just need 2 big keys. So bye bye pod. I have a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the more influential maps that I've seen.
Yes, that was definitely the most influential map for me. So after that, I was like, I need to find this dam very soon because that's the last thing I need to find. The other two things are items, so just get the dam. So last location dam because why not? It was either Skullwood's back or Pyramid Failure at this point. So
Yeah.
I was also missing a connector because Turtle Rock Bridge is probably locked by Failure Ascension Cave, which is at Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, and then we've got Upgrade Ferry and Mimic Cave, and then something else.
Yes, Mimic Cave I did.
No, the Mimic Cave
Mimic-
entrance.
Yeah, the Mimic Cave entrance.
Mimic Cave entrance, yeah.
Yeah, because
There
we've
was
got
a
Ferry
great
Ascension
ferry,
at Ganon's Tower for Upgrade Ferry and one other thing at the bridge.
So yeah, after that I was like, do my dungeons. Then I need to find this Turtle Rock Big Key. I still had pod in mind, but I was like, if I can skip it, it's good. So I did pod the latest I could without doing bad checks like Skullwood's Motula, things like that. And if it was not here, I was leaving for GG climb.
Yep.
Then do the last two pendant dungeons. Then left side swamp. Then I come back to Elmazor with the pod small I got.
And then you got stuff
was
like the Thieves Town
absolutely
big.
Oh goodness, of Thieves big. Thieves big. There was like some
Hera
really
big.
terrible checks.
Yeah, that's a lot of bad checks. Piston big, Hera big. Desert right side, I never did.
Yep.
Actually, I never got the desert small, so GG was out of logic.
It showed up somewhere. I think I
TR
don't
big.
remember where.
TR
TR big.
TR big chest. Yeah, was the desert small.
Oh, something interesting. Did you remember about the key on the library after you did Meyer?
I was going to get it after checking pod.
Yeah, because it was a pod small, funnily enough.
Oh, that was okay. That was the last one. That makes sense.
Yeah,
because
all
it
six
had
to show up.
Because it had to put Motula and half of GT in logic. So
yeah, because you guys didn't get very many GT smalls, and there was one on the pedestal. So
yeah, there was one check. I did not want the Turtle Rock Big to be just one, and it was Crystal Roller Home because I isolated it pretty hard. I got Somaria pretty late because I could get it super fast in the seed. And that made me miss when I got the Moon Pearl the Crystal Roller chest.
Yeah, and you even passed that entrance a lot, but you just never had gained.
Yeah.
Actually, so I really liked the connectors in this seed. I liked the Moon Pearl placement, but I really hated the mids.
Yeah.
The mids were pretty bad.
Yeah, it was nearly less location.
Yeah, between the mids, the flute, and the Moon Pearl, it's hard to not get tripped up on at least one thing. I think so. Red Kitsune got the mids decently because he got the other, but that's only because he last located the Moon Pearl.
Yeah,
that makes sense. So it was nearly less location for mids. I still had some bad.
You had Hera basement at least, and Acronym.
Yes. I was hoping for not Hera basement. I was hoping for Ice Palace to pay. I got the lamp, so I was like, good enough for me. When you have big key, one small, and I had Ice Palace big, Ice Palace small, and Somaria, so I was Ice Palace is actually not bad to check for even without hammer for once.
When you have the cane and the small, I don't think it's any worse than like Eastern.
And the big key. You really want the big key too. Because if you isolate this big chest, you'll have a very bad time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when you get those chests, and when you come back to clear the dungeon, it's basically a go mode if you have the big key as well.
Yeah. So so I was happy about this ice play. I was just worried about Fifth Town. I had to do Fifth Town because it was the only dense area left for progression. And the free checks were in logic. Hammer could be in fifth storm. So
Yep.
yeah.
So
I play very safe in cross keys usually, but I think it was actually safer to do to isolate fifth storm big chests in this seed.
I think
Oh,
you
yeah.
have. Oh yeah, you absolutely isolate it.
because if you think of it this way, so like if you go over and do like Theater Basement and Egg Tower and whatever other isolated things you have, those are going to take about as long as it would take you to go back into Thieves Town.
Well, for once we could not do Agatoa because we were missing the second small key.
Oh, I meant
So,
I didn't think you had even done any of the Agate Tower.
Oh no,
until
I actually did that. Yeah, no, I did not because it was on the way to Desert Big Chest.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Is that you did Thieves Town first, and then you did Desert and Aga.
Yeah. Save one trip.
So
Oh,
have
yeah.
you guys thought through your strategy for Game 4? I know you guys don't get to pick the mode. It will not be Ambrosia.
So I thought about it, but I did not. We did not talk it in team, so we will have to do it now.
So
But
do
I
you
did
guys?
that.
Do they normally announce the mode first and then you pick? I'm not sure how Game 4 works.
I don't know either. So
Yeah.
We'll find out.
I think it's the other team that picks the mode this time. So
Well, they pick it, but I don't know if they pick it before the runners are selected.
I still don't know.
I know
don't
for
think
like
it
Game
matters.
3, it's easy. You just pick the players are already decided, and then you guys get to pick the mode. But then now it's like they pick the mode.
Yeah, I think the mode doesn't matter for the team, for our team, but our opponent matters.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you know who will play in Game 4? I would guess you might be reserved for Retro and Zilka. Alexius and
there's a high chance.
Retro. Or your teammates.
I
Any idea who will
don't know.
play?
Yeah, I really don't know who will be playing Game 4, but there's a high chance I'm playing Game 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, as the cross keys player on the team.
I do well in co-op and entrance modes usually, so
yeah.
So if
I
it
do
gets to
better
a
in
Game
them.
5, how are you feeling about co-op entrance? That's a pretty wild mode.
I feel good because I'm usually the pilot, so it's not that bad.
Have you
we did
gotten to
a
practice
lot
that
of
mode at all?
We did not yet. But if we get to Game 5, we will do it.
All right. Well, congratulations on getting the win, forcing the Game 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Game 4 is a very, very big hurdle to cross. So
yeah, you've got some strong opponents.
Yeah. Our chances are not good right now.
Mm.
Yeah, Game 4 can be pretty wild. It depends on how they're... Because, like, if the swordless mode is swordless, so that's going to be it. Yeah, sword is probably... I was thinking it would probably be swordless. But, because the other two modes are so wild, I think we'll see a lot of swordless in Ambrosia. Because, like, Map Compass Shuffle and Chaos Boss Shuffle can be crazy.
What modes are left besides Ambrosia?
You have... so Ambrosia is banned.
Yeah.
You have swordless, open hard map compass shuffle, and open hard randomizer, both of which sound like a lot of not fun.
Yeah. I don't think it will be randomizer.
Yeah, I would think sword. I think you're gonna see a lot of swordless in Ambrosia.
Yeah, kinda one of your opponents in chat there, yeah, indicating their personal preference for swordless there.
I mean, Randomizer can be a casino too, sometimes.
Yeah.
If it wasn't Chaos Boss Shuffle, I think people would pick Randomizer more. But the Chaos Boss Shuffle, who wants to face 5 Trinexes?
No. I think Boss Shuffle is actually decent now that Compass tells you which boss is in which dungeon.
So, but what if the boss can hold the compass so frequently? It's so annoying. You find Trinex holding compasses. Those compass hoarding Trinexes.
Okay, but that still makes it better. Way better.
It is definitely better.
Yeah.
But with Chaos, so if it's not Chaos Boss Shuffle, then between compasses and Process of Elimination, you can be okay, I think. But with Chaos, it's like, there can be 2 Trinexes in GT.
They can be
Yeah.
all modular in the game also, so
That would be nice.
it's really chaotic. And yeah, last Randomizer I had to play in a tournament. Had 2 rollers that locked Eastern Palace with 3 hard screen mail, and progression
wow.
was in Eastern Palace. So you had to pass these without any safety with 3 hard screen mail, and there was 0 chance you were doing that without doing bomb damage boost.
Yeah,
So
it's
you had
annoying.
Yikes.
You had to do 2 successful bomb damage boosts to get to progression. So basically, I died 20 times at this point,
Yeah.
and my opponent did the same.
It's hard not to at that point.
Yeah, so I don't think anyone likes Randomizer here.
I mean, there are
It's
some people, but they're not very common.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a difficult mode.
All right, we'll be looking forward to that game 4. Any closing thoughts before we send everyone away?
Yeah, GG, and see you next game. At least we didn't get 3-0'd. That's good for me.
Yeah. GG. Yeah, so that'll be about it for us. Shoutouts to Giver Runners here at Follow Red Kitsune and Ace, to my co-com Dane, and to our trackers, Stags and Matcap, who is also part of Team Blue Bulls United. Let's see, coming up ahead on the league schedule, we have going on right now over on SG2, actually. We've got Sorbean Club versus Enrod V Trust. Their Inversion match between Sean Rhapsody and BSJ. We'll see how that's going. We've also got later today, Bottles on Empty versus Missing Two Bows. Maximum Barnage and Ray will be on League Main. I'm not sure what mode that is. That could use a couple of comms as well, but there will be that. And then we've got, doesn't look like it's got a restream right now, but JK Lol versus Rando Babies. Radical Sniper and Vextifer have got a cross keys match at 8:40 Eastern if you want to check that out. And then more races tomorrow. That'll be it.
And also, so the Invitational League will be starting up next week, so we'll have even more randomizer going on because we'll have second round of Open League and Invitational League first round happening. So there should be a lot of matches next week.
Yep. So go keep an eye out on the SpeedGaming and ALTTPR League channels for more action. But that'll be it for us. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.